Bro, it's a wrap. Y'all about to get smacked back to the bay.
Smack? You mean like last year when you couldn't even score?
That's cute. Keep living in the past, my guy. New year, new L for you. New year, same defense. Purdy finna light you up like a Christmas tree.
Okay, well, don't cry on my jersey.
Cry? Bro, I'm bringing tissues for you.
Welcome to the Unfiltered Sports Podcast, where raw meets real, honesty has no off-season, and nothing gets sugar-coated. Hosted by Todd, Matty, Dominick, and Randy. This is the Unfiltered Sports Podcast.
Alan.
Hey, what is up, everybody, to the Unfiltered Sports Podcast? I'm your host, Todd Fox. The NFL season is finally coming to an end, and what an ending we've got in store for you. We've got all the breakdowns of every single game. It doesn't matter the teams. We will get into it. We will obviously preview the bigger games a little bit more, but that's how we do it here on the Unfiltered Sports Network. If you're new to the show, we've got an agenda like this. We tell you where we were right, where we were wrong from last week after we introduce everybody, and then we get right into the recaps of every single game, and then you can pick along with us in the comments or just send them. For those that have been going all year, we're going to get into the standings on who's going to pretty much win and who's going to lose and be in the toilet bowl, and we'll talk about the surprises next week for the winner in the viewers section of things with the Unfiltered Sports Podcast. But again, welcome into the show. I'm your host, Todd Fox, along with the other host of the show to my right, Matty Matt.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
There you go. And to his right, the Dominator. What is up, Dominick?
What's up? Hope everybody had a great holiday with their family, friends, loved ones. And it's simplistic this week. 4 words. Bang, bang. Dub City.
Oh, Lord.
Please, for the love of God, Seahawks win this Saturday, because I can't go another week or so, or whatever we do with this show. And to his right, drinking the Coke if he was an advertiser, because that's what he drinks every week, the great producer to the stars, Mr. Randy. How you doing?
I'm doing well, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great Christmas. Hope you're going to have a great New Year's, and let's just get this fucking season over with. Is it baseball season yet?
Not quite, though, but it's almost there. So with that being said, we got a lot to talk about once again as week 17 wrapped up, and let's just get it right out in the open where we were right and where we were wrong. And I'll just say I'm going to use Saturday's games for mine real quick. And where I was right, I knew the Texans would expose the Chargers. Where I was wrong, you can tackle Derrick Henry, right, Packers? That's where I was wrong. Matty Matt, where were you right? Where were you wrong?
Well, I was right was, I guess, picking the Cowboys. Because I wasn't really right that much this week, so I was good with that one. Where I was wrong, them goddamn Bears. I thought it was going to be a good win.
Me too.
But I was wrong. It was a good game, but not a good win for the Bears.
True. What about you, Dom?
Where I was right, I was the only person on this panel to pick the freaking Giants. They didn't beat the Raiders. They mauled the Raiders.
That's true.
So, big day for the New York Giants, pretty much playing themselves out of the first pick overall, which, no surprise, the Raiders have been dog water all season long. Where I was wrong, there's a couple spots, but I'll go with the Detroit Lions losing Christmas afternoon to Minnesota in a horrible fashion. They went from 0 to 0 this year. Tough season all around, and Detroit is eliminated from postseason contention.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think next week, we have to throw some awards in there for like season stuff. And I think we have to have like the most, disappointing team, best ascending team, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Detroit might win that title.
There's a couple of, I would say there's 2, maybe 3 teams, but they would have the edge off my memory right now.
Absolutely. Now we move on to Randy. Where were you right? Where were you wrong?
Oh, man, where I was right. That's kind of hard to say. I mean, we all kind of have the same picks here, but I guess if we're going to pick one, I guess we're going to go with the Cowboys here. I mean, But where I was wrong, man, I don't know why I picked the Panthers. I guess I was just feeling frisky. Thought maybe, they could pull the upset, but no, they didn't. So that's where I was wrong. And the fucking Lions. Fuck the Lions.
Well, after fucking the Lions, let's talk about what the standings look like, Randy. And let's start off with the viewers right now, if we can.
All righty, let's get up here in the viewers department or division, I should say. For the week, first place, and we got a bunch of 9 and 7s here. Hold on, let me take these comments off real quick. All right, 9 and 7. First place, Rob. Second place, Omar. Third place, Mario. Fourth place, Coach Mateo. And in fifth place at 8 and 8 is Matt Mativier. And of course, Eric Ward down there. He didn't send in his picks for like the third straight week, so he comes in sixth place at 0 and 16. For the host this week, Dominic takes the win at 10 and 6. I come in at second place at 9 and 7. Todd Fox and Matty both at 8 and 8, but Todd comes in third while Matty comes in the toilet bowl due to tiebreakers. Overall, for the viewers, nothing has changed this week. Omar's still in first place. Coach Mateo in second. Mario in third. Rob in fourth. Matt Mativier in fifth. And Eric still down there in the butthole. For the host, Dominic, nothing's changed here. Dominic in first. Todd in second, Matty in third, and I'm getting real close. This is the week I go in the third, baby.
You're getting there, man.
I think what we got now is a clear regular season winner for both, unless something wild happens.
Pretty much.
It's the battle for the bowl.
Omar forgets to send his picks in. Oh, shit.
No kidding. Are we going to do a playoff edition separate, or are we just going to roll with it?
Nah, no playoffs. That shit's
okay.
Too little too.
No, but
not enough games.
It's the battle of the bowl here.
We tried it on the
us
One Jets
people.
pod, and it just really didn't have much to it. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I think Omar's going to win the whole overall standing, though, for sure.
Yeah, which
unless Dom has a 16-0 week.
Yeah, it'd have to be something crazy.
I've had
You've done it before.
Omar.
Yeah, Omar's like, I'm
Watch
waiting.
out, there's poor people around.
I will say, and Randy's a testament to this. Last year I had a 16-0 week, and the first year Randy and I were doing the One Jets pod, I had a 16-0 week. So there's one every year. I haven't had it yet. Week 18.
I don't know how football has been playing this last couple of weeks. I don't know if anyone can have it.
I'm taking all upsets this week.
Let's see what happens. It's hard to get a 16-0 in the first couple weeks and the last couple weeks because of all the change.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the teams are in the beginning of the season, and then at the end of the season, everyone's just like in shambles, as Randy likes to say.
Yeah.
So let's get into some shambles, shall we? And let's go to Washington. The first game was on Thursday, and it featured the Dallas Cowboys, 7-8-1, formerly America's team, going in against the Washington Woke, who are 4-12, and the Cowboys escaped with a 30-23 win. There was a couple huge hits. Samuel knocking the helmet off.
Yep.
And then there was what was it, the running back truck that Cowboy dude? No, Cowboy dude trucked the Washington guy. That was pretty crazy. But this game was a bit entertaining, a little bit more than it should have been, right, Matt?
I mean, yeah, but it's an old school rivalry. It's on par with the Bears and Packers, but not like that. But I mean, it is on par. But it was a very interesting game. Not going to speak much about it. The season's over for both of us. Cowboys were the better team, and they played like the better team. That's all. But it was still kind of scary, though, to give up 23 points. And that 73-yard running touchdown to Krosky Merritt, Jesus Christ. Even when we suck, and we try to suck, we still let them get close to. Like, we should be losing every game, man. Why are we winning? I would have been okay with us losing. Just lose, man. But the win's a win.
Tim, man, 2 words, Matty. Why you won't lose. Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
It does not fit in the marketing scheme for the Dallas Cowboys, but good win for Dallas. They're the more higher offensive power team this season. No Jaden Daniels, a bunch of injuries for the Commanders. It's The Commanders, I would say, as we were talking just a little bit ago about Detroit potentially being the most disappointing team, you could make a case for the Commanders coming off of what they did early, really being early in their development and a lot of things moving forward. But Dallas did what they had to do. Dak Prescott's having statistically a very good year. But a win's a win. Cowboys get the job done and, decrease their draft stock.
As expected. Randy, what did you think of
that?
barn burner of a game?
Honestly, I'm not going to have a whole lot on this week. I didn't watch a ton of these games. I watched some clips here and there. But I want to, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if old Jerry Jokes is in there, tell him, we got to win, because, he don't want to be paying that premium draft price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is true.
Two words, Jerry
Too much
Jones.
money now.
You could be right there, Randy. I will say this, though. That Deebo Samuel's trucking, I forgot who he trucked one of my players. I think it was, I can't remember. It don't matter. He got his helmet rocked. Oh my God, that was a good hit. That was a great hit.
I will say, Matty, how do we, how do you feel about Diggs getting pretty much cut by the Cowboys?
Oh, the writing was on the wall all season long. It was just too late. They did it too late, if you ask me. All the Cowboy nations were already anticipating it. We were ready for it. We didn't want them no more. Hey, thank you for that 2021 interception. Great season after that.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Well,
he's going to be a jet.
No, so I guarantee you some playoff team will pick him up on waivers.
Yeah,
just to
some
have
playoff team will pick him up.
Don't tell me he won't. Any player who's on a team that's eliminated, gets cut, picked up on waivers, is not going to be excited to play and maybe have a little edge to his game. Like, the odds kind of typical.
Hey, don't be surprised if the Patriots pick him up to team up with his brother.
Well, speaking of his brother,
Ooh.
I don't know if you heard the news today.
I heard it.
Mr. Stephon Diggs is being accused of choking, pushing, and beating a waitress, or a chef.
A private chef.
A private chef, at his residence right there. So that's not looking good, but it's the NFL.
After yesterday's game?
No, this was
I guess
this was this morning. I got the breaking news.
It was breaking news this morning, but supposedly he got arrested 5 days ago, was booked. And then in the police report, the baby mama, Cardi B, she's also implicated for trying to bribe the chef to not file a report.
Correct.
So
they in trouble.
Mike Vrabel's probably got to be so pissed right now.
Oh, 100%.
So pissed.
Oh, Diggs ain't going to be a Patriot next season.
That's not the Patriot way, guys. Come on now.
I don't know. The NFL only cares if you do drugs. If you beat women, it's okay. That's just.
Yep.
I'm not
right.
That's just what I heard.
Rasheed Rice, come on.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You could kill people driving 150 in Vegas, and you're fine. Lions went into Minnesota.
Let's segue into boom.
I like how you just went past that though, Tom.
You like my transition, huh?
I love it.
One killing to another.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that chef had no protection. Speaking of the Lions offense,
Horrible.
there was no protection, and I think that's part of the reason why the Lions, besides injuries, play calling, say what you want to say, but the Lions go into Minnesota and get embarrassed, okay? And let me just put this out there, and I know Carlos watches, and he was blowing my phone up complaining about Sam Darnold. I'm like, bitch, your team is not even in the postseason. You have no reason to talk. You just sound like a jilted lover at this point. You're so jealous. But somehow the Vikings win despite Brosmere, some dude named Brosmere throwing for 51 yards, and you win by 13?
Yep.
I mean, guys, Randy, just tell the fans what the Lions are. What are they in?
Shells!
Thank you. Matty Matt, what did you think of a 23-10 loss by the Lions?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and say I watched the game. I didn't watch that game at all. I was watching Red Zone. That's how bad it was. I was watching Red Zone, and it didn't show not one highlight of them in that game at all.
Even chime in.
No, not one time. I swear, I promise you. I was watching Red Zone. I didn't even see the game. But
wait. Is this Matty Matt or Stephen A. Smith? Because that's how much football Stephen A. Smith watches. But go on.
No, this is Matty. I was just busy this weekend. I was doing a lot, so I had to watch Red Zone. But no, I'm just gonna say this. I knew last week, the week before when the Lions lost, it was pretty much over. There was no way because they had so much ground to gain, and they needed help. So I don't think they were just. I think they kind of gave up, man. That looks like a team that just gives up, especially losing to Brosmere, like you said, and he only threw for 51 yards. That sounds like a team that gave up. So that's all I'm gonna say on that one.
Yeah, 100%. It's the Detroit Lions were relatively healthy with Goff and Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. They had an offense. And Detroit, in a way, and we'll talk about it a little bit when we talk about Tampa Bay, I feel Tampa and Detroit are two teams that are healthy-ish more than other teams in the league and are just not playing to their standard that they've been playing to the last couple of years. And I talked about it last week, and I think the point is getting driven home more and more as each game Detroit loses, and especially being eliminated. Ben Johnson made a difference as the offensive coordinator, and you can tell that first year how much it misses. Detroit misses Ben Johnson. So, they need to, fix it up, do whatever they got to do to make it work. But it's a lost season for the Lions and a bad loss on Christmas. And it just looked like a team that once they were down, they didn't have that urge and fight to come back. Yeah.
Randy?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what Dom said. I mean, they had it seemed like they just stopped giving a shit. Oops, sorry. Hold on.
Producer to the stars.
That's my fault. Getting jittery over here. all this zero sugar I'm drinking. Anyways, no, it seemed like they fucking gave up. Honestly, if you ask me, it seemed like the fucking Lions gave up a couple weeks ago because they have been playing like dog shit for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about injuries with this team because, like Dom just pointed out, for the most part, on offense, they got a relatively healthy team. Healthy enough, they should be able to score some fucking points.
Yeah,
agreed.
The last couple of years. I get they're going to give up points. That fucking defense is trash. And it kind of, I would say since Dan Campbell took over, it's kind of, I mean, they had that one good year last year where the defense was really good, but other than that, the defense has always been shit.
Yeah, the offense carries the defense.
Yeah, so the Lions, I just don't fucking get them now anymore. I don't know what's going on in that organization, but they seem to have just given the fuck up and like stop giving a shit what Dan Campbell has to preach. That's what
I think part of it too.
That's what it sounds like to me too, man.
Part of it for me too is the fact that all those gimmicky plays at work last year, because they did have a cool gimmicky play in this game. I think last week too, with a hook and ladder. But all those fourth down plays and going for it, risky in your zone, those are biting them in the ass this year. Because every time I see them, they're not getting the first down. So
and you know why? I think because teams are picking up on that. Like they know it's not trickery no more. Last year you could get away with it because they didn't see it before. Once you see it, it's like, okay, I know what you're about to do. You ain't gonna get me again with that.
Yeah, it's like an individual player. You come on the scene red hot, and the league's like, ooh, something shiny. Then once the league adjusts to you, you have to then readjust to the league. It's a chess match, and I think Detroit thinks that they can get away with the same stuff they've been doing, and the league's not going to do what they got to do. So to me, if I don't want to say Dan Campbell's lost the locker room, I don't think he's lost the locker room. But if they have a season like this next year where it's, we start good and peter out, he may be, on the hot seat a little bit. He's had some good years, not great years. It's kind of been 50-50. And after last year losing to the Commanders in a game they were heavily favored, that kind of started that, peter off type mentality. So there's clearly holes in the Lions everywhere. How do they address it this offseason? Because if you don't beef up your defense and you leave it as is, you're going to get, again, you can't keep putting out the same result and expect to get something different. You can't.
This is the draft to do it.
Yeah, next year is going to be huge for Detroit. They got to bounce back and bounce back big.
And their division is tough. The Packers aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, and the Bears have gotten better. Way better.
And the Vikings, even though they've been pretty much 500 ball, they're still sneaky. That going to Minnesota is a tough building to play in. So it's not no NFC South.
Those interdivisional North games are they're tough.
Yeah, they're pretty nuts.
Yeah, they are.
Now let's move on to a game that was a little bit disappointing. Expected to be a blowout, but the Broncos still get the dub, but they had to come from behind in this one to win 20-13 in Kansas City, where it's Taylor Swift's last football game, most likely at home. And the Chiefs count down till they move out of state.
They're getting a divorce.
Mm-hmm. Fairy tale ending is done. 20-13, though, not much to say on this one other than the fact that it was shocking that it was close with a third string quarterback at the helm for the Chiefs.
Who's their third string quarterback?
Os
Don't say Chad Henne.
No. Os was something.
Yeah. Oliver Dunkun or whatever. He was powerful 13-22 for 66 yards.
Hey, man. The Chiefs threw in the towel. Once Patrick Mahomes got hurt, that was it. There's no game plan after Mahomes. So this game didn't surprise me at all. Chiefs is not going to win this week either. But I'm with you, Todd. It was actually a pretty close game. And you would think that without, Mahomes and the third stringer, the Titans should have blown them out even more so. But, it is what it is. I give them credit for keeping it close. But they're not going to win again.
They fought.
I would say the thing I have in this game, 2 points. One, mostly for Denver. Denver doing great, in line for the number 1 seed, tied with the Patriots, and it's going to be a battle. They're trying to get that bye. That's all in great, and Bo Nix has played very good this year. No knock on him. And the team has rallied around with some unknown name pieces. J.K. Dobbins goes down. They have a rookie running back. Cortland Sutton's been a veteran, but everybody else is kind of unknown name, and their defense is pretty good. I just think Denver is allowing opposing teams to lurk too much, and that might come back to bite them in the playoffs because the playoffs are a different breed. Denver, yes, was in the playoffs last year. And again, Sean Payton knows how to coach a team, so I think he can instill that in him.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're allowing the Chiefs and you're playing more reserved, you're going to cause trouble. So don't let that be your mentality moving forward. It's like, okay, we've locked into a playoff, figure it out, right? So just don't leave up. Randy.
I'm going to make a little prediction right here, right now.
The
Broncos. Now, I've liked what I've seen out of the Broncos. Don't get me wrong. They're a good fucking team. They're ahead of schedule. But my prediction is they're going to be that team that gets that first round bye, and they're going to get fucking bounced right the fuck out of the playoffs, dude.
They'll be the Lions.
And what?
That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to see them be the fucking Lions next year. The Lions this year, next year. It's going to affect Denver. I could see it. I could see it, dude. So that's
I don't know. I don't know.
I agree. They're ahead of schedule, so I think this offseason, if they get some more pieces and beef up, again, it's still a young squad, so this isn't like, their window's closed. So I think that's the thing for Denver. The other point on Kansas City, I'll make this one real quick. Everybody believes Travis Kelce's retiring. I'm going to call BS on that. He's being emotional. He's playing the role. Don't tell me he's not learning anything about marketing and trying to create the suspense from his fiance. She knows how to market. She does her albums and tours. I would not, knowing Travis Kelce and the competitor that he's been and the bravado he puts out, he is not going to leave in this way, right? Mahomes is going to be out, probably the first half of next season, recovering from the ACL. He'll come back. He'll play with Mahomes. They'll promote it as the one last ride or something so they can do it. I have that gut feeling that he's going to wait till right around draft time or June. Hey, I'm coming back. Surprise. And it'll be this whole media circus.
But do the Chiefs re-sign him?
Unless.
Oh, yeah.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. They'll re-sign him.
He'll retire, Chief.
He's not going to go. It would be like, I don't know. I name a player that's been with the franchise forever. You're like,
fuck, this day and age, I don't.
This day, and like we said that about Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady was going to be a Patriot
forever. That's like a laugh guy, dude.
Retires and retires. I just think there's something media circus-wise, a non-football element that push him. He'll get married this offseason or something, and then it's like, I enjoyed married life, but I still want to play. Or he retires, and like Gronkowski, we're 6 weeks into the season. I'll pull a Gronkowski, Phillip Rivers. Mahomes is back. I'm coming back too.
That's what I can see. I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah. I can see him pulling the Gronk, come back like week 6 or 7 and be like, all right, I'm ready to come play again. I can see that.
Yeah.
Personally, let's hope not. So let's move on to Saturday, where, look, I'll build it up like this, guys. You had two teams coming into this week with identical records as far as the Chargers and Jaguars, and you figured, okay, these are two very inconsistent teams, but they seem to be putting it together at the right time of the season. Chargers came into this one, and I picked against them because I was like, dude, something's telling me D'Amico Ryans has got those Texans going. They're battling for that division still. And the Chargers, man, until they can prove me wrong, which they still could have been in the division chat, but they go and they pull a Charger and lose at home 20-16. Have we figured out this team? First off, look, two questions. What level out of 1 to 10 are the Texans, as far 10 being the highest, are you as far as being a true contender in that AFC? And then 2, are the Chargers one and done when it comes to the postseason?
Okay. As far as the Texans, I can see them being a true contender. That defense alone will, put them up there as true contenders. Offensively, I think they're playing pretty good. Not great, but they're playing pretty good. But their defense, man, they're stopping some players. As far as the Chargers go, man, they've been fool's gold all year, man. I'm trying to tell you. Are they one and done? Absolutely. I can see the Broncos going further than the Chargers for sure. Because, they win here, they win there, and then that's it. Like, you don't know who they are. So, yeah, definitely Chargers are definitely a one-and-done team. And I'm not saying that out of hate. I'm being for real. I think they're really a one-and-done team.
Vote for Bonds as a vote for the Cowboys if you see that comment right there. But, Dom,
you know what?
Don't be disrespectful now.
Y'all being so disrespectful. See, there you go, Team Moore. Chargers are one and done. Book it. I'm with them 100%.
Yeah, I'll say in terms of the Texans, because of that defense from D'Amico Ryans, agree 100%. They can be contenders. We saw it when he was with the 49ers after Robert Saleh left, and in talking about the Lions and when Ben Johnson left and that offense took a hit. Niners lose Saleh back in the day. They had the next heir apparent in D'Amico Ryans, and it felt like nothing changed. It was the same defense, the thrill and the dynamicness of it all. So for him to be doing the same thing with the Texans after a crappy start to the season and ascending like they have and getting hot at the right time, all well and dandy. The offense, and more so CJ Stroud, is who I question, because yes, he doesn't have the most talented wide receiver weaponry room. It's Nico Collins and a bunch of lower guys that he's made work. And a rookie running back in Woody Marks who's looked good or looked quiet. So their offense is a little bit of a juggernaut. The defense is that Goliath that could strike you down very quickly. And in that case, just putting perspective, if the playoffs started today, Houston would be going to Pittsburgh. I think Houston would win that game, no doubt.
I think so too.
In terms of the Chargers,
I don't know.
I would agree with everybody so far. I think they are a one-and-done team right now, and by all looks of it, Justin Herbert's not going to be playing this week, as Jim Harbaugh said. They're going to play either Denver, New England, or Jacksonville, depending who's the 3. Right now, it's Jacksonville, and Jacksonville would beat them.
Yeah, straight up.
They would have a better chance against Jacksonville, though.
Omarion Hampton, their running back, has looked not bad, but Ladd McConkey has disappeared. Keenan Allen started the year off strong. He's pretty much disappeared. Quentin Johnson has his deep threat moments. That's pretty much it. Their defense can be good. They held Houston to 20 points. Okay. But Jekyll and Hyde, the epitome of Jekyll and Hyde, it's the Chargers. So I would say Texans, yes, are a threat. Chargers, I believe, are one and done, because if they play Jacksonville wins. They play Denver. If Denver falls to the 3 seed, divisional rival, okay, whatever. they play the Patriots? Probably not at this point right now. So, again, they always have good bones, but too many things happen that prevent them from getting out of their own way.
Agreed. What do you think, Randy?
I can see the Texans winning a playoff game. I don't think they're quite contenders yet. Yeah, I mean, they've showed up toward the end of the season here. They definitely got their season back on track, got themselves back in the playoff mix. But I just don't think they're there yet. They're just not it's not quite the championship defense yet, and it's definitely not the caliber of offense that's going to win them a championship.
Yeah.
As far as the Chargers, I mean, they were good in the regular season. Kind of, in some cases, it was kind of hit or miss. Honestly, are the Chargers good? Yeah, but they're the most mid-good team I've seen this year. And I definitely think they'd be a one and done. It's like Dom said, if they had to go face to face with Jacksonville, they're getting their ass fucking clobbered. Denver, I could see Denver squeaking out a win against them. I don't know. And it's like Teamer 20 said, I don't trust the quarterback, especially in the postseason. He has never won a postseason game, dude, and he does not show up.
And he's still recovering from that broken hand thing. Yeah. So he's not 100%. I give him props for going out there and gutting through it and doing what he's got to do. Absolutely. But you saw how they played against a really good defense in the Texans, which is what the playoffs is about. Good teams. And it's just a different level. Jim Harbaugh's got experience. So the coaching is there. I just don't think the complete package is there for the Chargers to fully go deep and succeed at the end of the day.
I agree. And so that'll move us on to the next game that was on Saturday. And again, we talked about this in the beginning, but the Ravens get a much needed win to stay alive for the division, and the Packers, although they had already punched their ticket, they are floundering towards the playoffs. Not what you want to be doing. This was a battle of backups. It was Malik Willis versus Tyler Huntley. And I don't know if Huntley's going against Pittsburgh. Do you have the info? He's going against.
As of right now, they've said Lamar is 50-50, but it's leaning more towards a long shot situation.
Wow. Okay. So that's going to be crazy for that game. We'll get to that one in the pick'ems later. But as far as this game was concerned, I mean, there was not much that Huntley had to do. I mean, as long as he could hand the ball off to number 22, it was a long day for the Packers. Dude, I haven't seen – I mean, listen, the most – like the thing that capsulized that game to a T was when they put that cheese shredder on top of Henry's head because, bro, I have not seen a defense, let alone the Packers, carved that easily.
Yep.
I mean, they were getting 5 to 7 yards per carry, dude.
Yep.
4 touchdowns for Chris Henry.
That defense is, I mean, Parsons has been out last week or two, right? Maybe 3 weeks or something. It's definitely shown. With that that defense, when he went to Green Bay, it completely changed that fucking defense. I mean, you could see the night and day difference. And when he left, so did the fucking Packers' chances of winning anything this year.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm with you on that. I mean, Michael Parsons is a stud. Trust me, I know. And you're right. Once he got with that defense, the defense played a lot better compared to they have in the past. But, man, Derrick Henry was a monster. A monster Sunday, man. Jesus. Like Todd said, he had 4 touchdowns, over 200 rushing yards. You don't need to do anything. You're running back a test for 28 points. I'm good. I could throw for 60 yards. Now we'll probably win. So yeah,
if that's what you're getting ready to do, this is the perfect time to be doing it.
And don't it sets up a classic Ravens Steelers for this week coming up? It sets up a classic showdown. Winner takes all. And I feel like the Ravens are going to win. We'll get to that later. But man,
away.
Yeah, I just said I feel like it. I don't know. But man, shout out to the Ravens, man. They kept their playoff hopes alive. And I don't know, man.
And they lost a quarterback for a few weeks too.
Yeah. But if you got a Derrick Henry, ride him, pause. But as far as the Packers go, they're just dropping, man. They're dropping, and this is not the time to be losing games, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
No, I'll tip my cap right now for Derrick Henry helping me win one of my 2 fantasy football championships. I appreciate. Thank you wherever you came from. Derrick Henry, beast mode. I don't know what more you can do. Just Green Bay couldn't stop him. I don't know if Micah Parsons makes that big of a difference in the sense of like, does he completely change the Packers defense and does the opposite? Derrick Henry has all those carries, but for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. Is it that big of a difference? I honestly believe, I would say maybe Henry cuts his game in half. 4 touchdowns, maybe 2. Closer game in that sense. But I might be the outlier on this as a whole. I've said how much I'm buying out on Lamar in the games that Tyler Huntley has started this year. To me, the Ravens look like a much better team.
You started some.
No.
You started some.
I'll continue. Go ahead, Todd.
Real quick, Dom, I had to break in there. I agree with you because
you started something.
No. Because you remember a couple seasons ago, remember when Huntley had to take over from another Lamar injury?
Yep.
He took them into the playoffs, and I don't remember if they won a game, but they were really, really competitive to where they almost won a game.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Huntley's not a bad replacement at all.
He's not a bad temporary replacement. I'm not saying he's going to be the franchise quarterback, but right now he's, if Derrick Henry plays like Derrick Henry does he make Tyler Huntley look better? Of course.
Absolutely.
But if Lamar Jackson's in that pocket, the play calling is going to be 100% different than it would be with Tyler Huntley. So to me, as Mario puts in the chat, Tyler Huntley, 2-0 against the NFC North so far this year. So that, can fluster some things overall. If I'm Baltimore, regardless what happens this year, you need to evaluate where your franchise is with Lamar Jackson.
I agree.
I'm not saying get rid of him immediately. I'm saying you need to do a cost analyst report and evaluation of what and where this direction of this franchise is going with him versus without him. Because I could see, I'm just saying, there's a team in a desert that has potentially the number 1 pick in Mendoza. Do they balk and trade and get picks and send them to Baltimore? I'm just saying.
It would make sense.
Team makes a really good point. I'm sorry. I just want to say this real quick. He makes a really good point.
Yep.
Maybe the type of quarterback that Lamar is he good? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they are not. They're not the kind of quarterback that's built for long-term success in the NFL because, like you said, he might be fucking falling apart.
I agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say Lamar Jackson is still like he was a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this though. Derrick Henry does play differently when Lamar Jackson and Huntley. All I'm saying is if you replace Jackson, who are you going to replace him with? Are you going to rebuild? Or are you going to instantly try to get a quarterback that can fill in his position?
Well, let me just say,
Huntley ain't that guy. He's a good backup. Don't get me wrong, but he's not.
He's a veteran. Yeah. But I will just say this though. You got to think about this when it comes to Mr. Jackson. He's his own agent, and the Ravens have had a difficult time negotiating with him because he wants another max deal. He's not a max.
He's not a max deal guy. I'm agreeing with you on that just because of the wear and tear and his positioning. Also, this is Derrick Henry's last year because he only signed a 2-year contract. Mm-hmm. So do you resign him? Because he's getting older as well. And he's got a lot of wear and tear on his leg and body as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, are you going to keep Derrick Henry or going to keep Lamar Jackson? What are you going to do?
And that's, I think, where the evaluation process, if you give Derrick Henry a contract, you're quote unquote all in, right? And still competing in your division. If you let him cut loose.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I just think, to Matty's point, who are you going to get if you're Baltimore if you cut loose or whatever to Lamar Jackson? Send him to the Raiders, take the Raiders' number 1 pick.
And Geno Smith.
And Geno Smith. And here's my thing. Trade him to the Raiders. You get the number 1 pick. You take Mendoza, regardless if he's the guy for the future or not. He's probably the number 1 pick. And then you have the magical story of re-signing an old flame, Joe Flacco, to be your backup to teach this rookie and ascend him to the Baltimore franchise. I could see it happening. But like, Joe Flacco ain't going to leave the league, and they're going to need a backup and a veteran-savvy backup behind a rookie quarterback. And trust me, I would take Joe Flacco over Geno Smith. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The man is 44 years old, man. What?
I said what I said.
What's Geno's excuse? Anyway,
I don't have one for him.
let's move on to Sunday because there's not much to talk about this game. The game played out the way we thought it would, but I will say this. The Bengals are on the right. There's two teams that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. The other one coming up here soon, but Bengals are looking like they're going to reload for next year, give it another shot because that offense is coming together. It's sort of like practice games, and they played the recards. And boy, oh boy, did they play like a bunch of recards. I got to say, for a team that, listen, I've heard all the coach rumblings from the start of the season onwards. You've heard about GMs being under fire, like in Minnesota and other places, right? Why is it? This is the only question I have for this game as the Cards got destroyed. But why is it we've heard nothing about the coach being on the hot seat in Arizona, nothing about just a shitty GM that they have there in Arizona. And this team literally has gone 1-12 after starting the year 2-0, and you have heard nothing about this team's futility. What's going on?
I think because no one cares. And to be real, that's about the best I can say. No one cares because really, no. I'm with you, man. No one. I haven't heard not one ESPN host, nobody talk about the Cardinals at all. So I think they're just a team that no one cares about. I got to admit, this year, I had them coming in second or third, but boy, was I wrong. Man, because they're trash, man. Trash.
Oh yeah.
No, Matty took the words right out of my mouth. Nobody cares about this franchise. I'm sorry. The only time ESPN or Fox or whatever talks about this team is in terms of fantasy football with McBride and Michael Wilson.
That's it.
Listen, and I had
Cardinals fans,
and Cardinals fans. I think rough season. Honestly. Besides the teams that are at the bottom of the barrel right now in the league, the Cardinals and the Buccaneers have been the two teams that started off hot. I'm not saying a 2-0 start is hot, but like they were 2-0. The Bucs were 5-1, and it was just avalanche nosedive the rest of the way.
Yeah.
To me, if I'm Arizona, you blow the whole freaking thing up.
Yes.
GM, everything. Kyler Murray gone. There's the only pieces you keep: Michael Wilson, Trey McBride.
And Trey,
those two. Everybody else, pack your bags, get out.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Coaches out.
Get rid of Harrison before he murders somebody. Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah.
Really,
you know what?
super fucking irrelevant as a football team. When nobody talks about, I remember the Cardinals were good. Nobody fucking talked about them.
Yep.
But you know what? The Jets suck so bad, but they always talk about us, baby.
They sure do.
Marketability.
Marketing.
Here's a question for Randy, though. Even when the Giants were making Super Bowl runs or deep playoff runs and the Jets were floundering or out of the playoffs, the Jets still, I would listen to the East Coast radio. And
always talking about us.
Yeah, they were talking about the Jets. I'm like,
New York media.
Wrong New York team here. What's going on?
That's why I always say when it's like, oh, the Giants are big brother. Bitch, we're the ones they're always talking about, good or bad. So fuck you.
And by the way, in my lifetime, I've only known one Cardinals fan, one true Cardinals fan.
Never met.
I don't know any.
I have one. Well, yeah, I have one within the family, like a cousin.
I've never even seen him in pictures.
Because they have a house in Arizona, so it's almost like a fan by equidistant type situation.
Oh,
and look, I will go to Scottsdale, Arizona religiously every year for the past like 5 years. I've never saw not one jersey of Arizona Cardinals out there. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they don't exist. I just never saw them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a terrible team.
This is a good question. If Burrow was healthy and didn't get hurt, do they win that division?
Yes.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
straight up, they
no
win.
doubt.
I
No
don't
doubt.
know.
Yeah, a healthy Joe Burrow, no time miss. Yeah, I think so.
Listen,
Like,
no
you look at-
disrespect to Three Strange, but come on, man, they're a better team this year.
It's Mario. There's more Cardinals fans buried in Chicago cemetery than alive ones in
Dang.
Arizona.
Like,
They used to be the
dang.
Chicago Cardinals.
You look at the Bengals schedule while Joe Burrow is out. They lost by single digits to the Packers. It was a close game. Joe Burrow probably gets into the promised land at that point. They lose to the Lions by 13 points. Manageable game with that crappy Lions defense.
Maybe they lose by a field goal.
They lose to the Jets by a point.
Yeah, they ain't beating us with Joe Burrow. Get out of here.
A high scoring game against the Bears, 47-42 loss. Who knows? And then they only lose by 6 to the Patriots, and they lose to the Bills by 5. I'm telling you, if you flip 3 games, they're
They go to the
9-7, tied with Pittsburgh at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they make it competitive for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that for sure.
And to Fish Force's point right there, he says, is Kyler done if he leaves? I don't think so. I think he gets a Geno Smith one last shot. And if he sneaks it up, yeah, he'll probably go to a team to keep the bench warm or at least have the rookie in waiting, that type of
Don't
thing.
say that because we thought Daniel Jones sucked. And look what he did to the Colts.
Oh, we know Kyler sucks.
Kyler Murray in Miami if they get rid of Tua?
I can see that.
Oh
I
my
can definitely
God,
see that.
God, I would love that.
their coach with Mr. Mortal Kombat or whatever video game. Oh my
Mr.
They're like the
God.
same size too, huh?
So
They
let's see,
pretty much are.
Fish Force says for who? I'd say the Raiders. Raiders have been what is it called? Rumored in that right there.
You give up the number 1 pick. I'd rather give up the number 1 pick clearly for Lamar than Murray. No shit. But
Oh yeah. But the Raiders would do that. Now let's move on to Three Strangers team. The Steelers taking on the Browns, and I will give this guy. Maybe there's something to what Kendrick Perkins said earlier in this year. Barack Obama 1 start versus the Steelers, and he's 1-0. He gets his 2nd win of the season as they win a stink fest in Cleveland, but they're used to that crap. They win 13-6, and what a dropped ball, no pun intended, for the Steelers in this one, because they could have wrapped up the division. Now they set up a winner take all. And my favorite line from this from the post game came from the coach from the Steelers when he was asked about Mr. Shador. He said, "What's your evaluation about Shador?" And he flat out said, Shador is a Cleveland Brown. We don't address or evaluate players from other teams. Next question.
You said that again?
and Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin.
Hey, if you don't evaluate opposing Cleveland Browns quarterbacks, then what were you doing during film session this week? That's why you lost.
Oh, okay.
It's like I'm surprised you didn't say like you did in that one clip. Shut up, I'm working.
Put some respect on Shador Sanders. Yeah.
I don't know what. Honestly, I think with some coaching, I think the kid could be pretty good. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I think he's going to have a pretty decent career. I'm not going to say he's
coachable. Be fucking coachable, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the ego aside.
For real.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a decent career. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be a Tom Brady or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I think
Leave your daddy out of your business.
With
too.
his
Nobody
talent,
wants that shit.
yeah, with his talent of what he is, and if he's coachable, and I think he can be, I think he'll have a solid career. But this game was pretty much Steelers blowing it, man. That Cleveland had no business winning. I know it's a divisional game, and we know how that goes, but Cleveland had no business winning. Steelers had an opportunity to get that playoff spot, and they left the door open. And now I don't know if they're going to get it, because you don't go to Cleveland and only put up 6 points. I know DK Metcalf didn't play, and he ain't going to play next week either. But still, Aaron Rodgers, you got to give at least a touchdown. You got to throw 1 touchdown or something. You throw 1 touchdown, you win the game. Come on now.
Yeah.
No, this game is 100% on Tomlin and the play calling. Just a bad game. I get it. AFC North, every divisional game head to head is a competitive. We talk about it ever, but the AFC North, when it's Ravens Steelers, Browns Ravens, Browns, there are deep battle games, and that's fine. That's what your division is for. But The final drive, you have a chance to freaking win the game or at least tie it with the touchdown and the extra point. And you basically call the same 3 plays in a row and you throw to the Browns cornerback Denzel Ward 3 times, their best cornerback. This isn't Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago. And he's throwing to an old friend in Marquez Valdez-Scantling. No. If it didn't work once, you could try it twice, right? You could try the same thing twice and see if it works. But a third time, you had a tight end crossing in the middle of the field wide open, and Rodgers like, I'm going to make SportsCenter top 10. Woo! Like, no, that's not what this is about. So losing DK Metcalf, am I saying DK is the best wide receiver? God, no. But taking him out of the equation completely changes the complexion of what this offense is for the Steelers, which is pretty much, as Randy would say, what is that offense? Shambles. Exactly. You know, why aren't you going to Kenneth Gainwell, who's been catching the ball well, or Jalen Warren, your running backs who are speedy and can slither through? To me, Mike Tomlin, in his tenure, he has had great moments with Pittsburgh, and I'm knocking on coaches tonight, but this is how life is here, folks. He is, as we talked about, what was it, Detroit, the Chargers, a good, mediocre team or a mediocre, good team or whatever the analogy was. That is Mike Tomlin as a coach. I'm sorry. Yes, you can be above 500 and above your entire career. If you take away that Super Bowl title, it's pretty much been first round exits. Todd.
Yeah, it's just Fish Force. Hell yeah, go Hawks. And we love seeing the Steelers lose because they stole that Super Bowl from us all those years ago.
Hey, real quick, do you think Myles Garrett gets the sack title next week?
Yes, but here's the thing, though.
1 or a half?
Yeah,
He
needs a half.
Oh, yeah, half. He just needs a half.
But
here's a half. Fuck yeah. He'll break it and go over.
Here's the thing, though. Had he got it against the Steelers in 16 games like everybody else, I think it's worth more. If he gets it on the 17th, it's an asterisk, which sucks. But that's just a fact.
That's dumb. The guy's a beast. The guy's a beast.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on to a game real quick, and I'm just gonna say this. The Saints beat the Titans 34-26. Guys, are you sold on Schuff moving forward, or Shaw, whatever the hell you say his name? He went 22 of 27, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He's been solid for the Saints as the Saints have won 4 in a row. Are you happy for him? And the B question: did they screw up their draft status as they're winning some games for a team that has a super high salary cap, as Randy brought out a couple weeks ago? Needing draft capital is a must. So it's a good and a bad, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely a good and a bad, but I mean, you ride the hot hand, because you ain't going to get any, trades. You can't sign anybody depending on your draft, but you got your quarterback, man. He's been playing pretty good. Can't deny it. Chris Olave has been playing pretty good. And their tight end, Juwan Johnson, he might be the tight end number 2 next year. If not 2, number 3 for sure. They got a tight end. They got a wide receiver. As far as running back goes, Alvin Kamara can be gone, cut his contract and give somebody else. I don't know. They could be decent. Yeah. I think they're doing okay. And, why not?
100%. I think Show has done enough to be QB1 on opening day next year. No doubt about it. He's played consistent football, relatively turnover free, right? He's not making stupid three INT games and all this stuff. He's got Olave. He's got Juwan Johnson. I know Kamara's been out, and when Kamara is playing, he's still a good running back. He's not great or elite anymore, but he's still good. And with their salary issues, this guy's going to be cheap for a couple of years. You ride the hot hand. Like Spencer Rattler's not doing it. He started most of last year and the beginning of this year, and he couldn't get the job done. All of a sudden, the New Orleans Saints have won 4 in a row. Yeah, is it hurting their draft stock? Sure. But as we've pointed out many a times, this draft is going to be short on offense, deep on defense. What is the real difference between the Saints being, I don't know, the 6th pick versus the 12th pick?
That's true.
I think in this draft, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Maybe 3 years ago, when we had that massive, 2022 draft, when it was massive, it would have made a difference there. But just because of this season, no. And I will give, former Dallas Cowboy offensive coordinator Kellen Moore a lot of credit the last 4 games for getting this team in the right direction. He's a rookie head coach. You saw him be a rookie early on in the season, but I think he's learned, grinded his teeth, got through that hard part of the season, and hopefully taken advantage of this, end of season and try to send this franchise off in a better direction than it started. So you have some positive momentum. Like we talked about the Angels, moral victories going into the offseason.
Randy?
No, I'll just say this. The thing the Saints got going for them is they play in the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
So they got their quarterback. Get you some defensive players in the draft. You're not probably most likely not going to do a whole lot in free agency. But like I said, the good thing is you play in the NFC North, and really, season to season, it's really any one of those teams' fucking division, dude.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the Saints could easily turn around and win the fucking thing next year. That's the NFC North in a nutshell. I remember back in the day, it was like a long tenure, like so many years running, where whoever finished last in that division would turn around and finish first the next fucking season.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Saints are only, if you think about it, 6-10. Carolina's 8-8. If New Orleans,
they're only a game back. What, 2 games back?
Tampa would be essentially eliminated. It'd be between Carolina and New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's the NFC North for you right there, dude.
Imagine had they beat the Cardinals in week 1 or 2, they'd be right there.
Yeah.
Well, if they would have started Tyler Shaw all year, hey, things would have been different.
They might have won 9 games
straight. Hey, they only lost by 6 to New England. Todd mentioned they lost by a touchdown to Arizona. They only lost by 12 to the Bears. They won that game. They lost by 2 scores, 14 points to Atlanta, an interdivision game. They lost by 4 to Miami. Some of those close games, they could have been, in all honesty, if this was the team from week 1, and, I will say, they only lost to the Niners by 5. They could have been a 10-win team.
That's true.
On paper, stats don't lie here, folks.
Yeah, not a bad job.
It might be next year. You never know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about now what could be the swan song again for Phillip Rivers. He may not start this week. I gotta say,
not.
Yeah. So I watched.
He's officially retiring.
Okay. Because in this game, Randy, he played his ass off. And again, you can't look at this and say, "Man, this was a failure." Where's Kaepernick? No, he came out there and he played like a 44-year-old, but on steroids, and he hung in there, took a couple hits, and he threw a lame duck interception, but those happened even in the peak seasons of Phillip Rivers' career with San Diego. But man, you can't blame him for the loss against the Jaguars. The Jaguars did just enough to get the win and keep their hopes alive for best record. And again, this is a team that we were talking about, guys, throughout the season up until the last 3 to 4 weeks, being the Jaguars as a team that's so unpredictable. Who the hell are they? They suck. They're a failure, and then look at now, the coach is up for Coach of the Year, and the team that we thought was going to run away with it has now even bottomed out at 8-8. And now it's the Colts and going for that division. So, guys, thoughts on the Jaguars getting that win in Indy, which wasn't easy despite everything against Indy.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy win, but give credit to the Jaguars. They started playing a lot better the last 5 weeks of the season, and they're looking like a different franchise right now. I didn't think anyone thought they would be 12-4, let alone a playoff team at the beginning of the season. So you got to give them credit, and you got to give Trevor Lawrence credit, Todd. He's been balling. So this Jaguars team looks like a pretty complete team, man. And as far as the Colts goes, you can't blame everything on Phillip Rivers at all, man. He's a 44-year-old who came out of retirement and just played just to have fun, it looked like. I don't know what do you want to say? What do you expect from him? So that last interception was horrible. It was really bad. But again, what do you expect from someone who was out of the league for the last 5 years and out of game shape and just still trying to, make a name for himself, I guess. So can't blame him at all. He did pretty good for what he could do.
Yeah, the highest of highs to the lowest of lows for the Indianapolis Colts, right? Great start to the season. We all thought Jonathan Taylor was going to be the runaway MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. That tapered off very easily. Jacksonville, and I agree with Matty, Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of credit for putting the team on his back. When they acquired Jacoby Myers at the trade deadline, that added a piece to the puzzle. And this is a team that was going to rely on Brian Thomas Jr., and he has been like off the page, unnamed. Nobody really cares about him anymore. And this team's getting the job done. So props to the entire Jacksonville franchise. And Phillip Rivers, even if you're a Colts fan and you're frustrated that you're not making the playoffs, you called upon a 44-year-old who was retired. And even before he signed the contract and stepped onto the practice field, you already knew you were playing the Seattle Seahawks, the 49ers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Houston Texans. Mm-hmm. That if they were playing,
that's a good point.
If they were losing to Tennessee and the Raiders and the Jets, then I'd be like, okay, this is on Phillip Rivers. He did what he could. He was passing the ball, like in that Niner game. He was passing the ball really well. He had
still got an arm. I'll tell him that.
He still got it. So I would not be mad with him at any point. I would say this. Why would you not go with the rookie and Riley Leonard from Notre Dame? I know his knee was banged up for that game against, Seattle, that first game. But why did you need to make that call? If I'm Riley Leonard, I'm like, I'll go. Like, I'm good. Like, you saw that last play of the Jacksonville game. He tried to throw a 55-yard Hail Mary, and it got halfway into the end zone. Like, the kid's got an arm. Why not?
What?
So I think that's the
what happened to Richardson?
He had whatever injury he has. He's been like on the season-ending.
Yeah, he had an eye injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Plus, he sucks and is a bust. So there's that.
To me, hey, who knows? I foresee the Colts re-signing Daniel Jones. I don't think there's any question he should. And then Riley Leonard's your backup, and kind of see where you go from there. But, tough end for the Colts. They can still play spoiler with Houston. But, Jacksonville's trending in the right direction. That's all you can say.
No, yeah, 100%. Jacksonville is definitely a contender. I don't know if they're a Super Bowl winning club, but they're definitely going to be contending for it.
Yep.
I will say this. Who said it? I think it was Mario. Yeah, Mario. He says that I jinxed the Colts by adopting them. Well, in that case, officially, I'm adopting the Bears and Seahawks for the playoffs, baby.
Fuck you, Randy.
Real quick, hey, kudos to Phillip Rivers, man, because not only did he get to come back and play one last time, he gets another 5 years of NFL healthcare, baby.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you, the wife's right after. Baby. I'm telling you. I think they got the Sunday early slot on the West Coast. I guarantee that night, surprise, we're pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why you came back.
I got healthcare, baby, free.
That man. Good for him.
Man.
He's on, don't you wear a condom? What's that?
And you know what? I remember everybody was like, when he officially said, yeah, this is it, I'm done. Somebody said something about oh fuck, never mind. I forgot where I was going.
Okay.
Blooper.
Yeah. Speaking of a team not knowing where it's going, the Buccaneers. Wait, do you hear that?
What's that?
Oh, no, you don't, because that's Landon not talking shit.
Oh my God.
The Buccaneers.
Stop it, Todd.
This guy was talking shit. He was calling my team the Sea Chickens. He was like, we're so much better. We're making the playoffs and you're not. Well, we'll see who's making the playoffs this Sunday, because it may not be the Buccaneers, as the Buccaneers lose again. And to Quentin Ewers at one point, who is now a 7th-round pick this year by the Dolphins, who took over for ineffective Tua. He throws 2 touchdowns and no picks and beats the Buccaneers in the Battle of Miami. That's embarrassing, dude. The Buccaneers have pissed away this season, man.
Who loses to the Dolphins in December?
I know, man. I know.
Real quick, this team is 2-8 in their last 10. Let that sink in. 2-8. So
That's bad.
thoughts on the Yuccaneers?
My thoughts, exactly. My thoughts is exactly what Randy did. There's no way you should lose to Tampa in December. I mean, to Miami in December. I'm sorry, but you have an opportunity to gain, if not first place, gain ground, because you're only one game behind from the Panthers. And had they won, it'd have been over.
Yeah.
You can't rely on other teams when it comes to making a playoff. You got to do your part. And they blew it. It's not like they lost to Tua. They lost to their backup quarterback. And Baker Mayfield didn't play the greatest game. He had pretty good passing yards, 346. He had 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 picks. You can't throw 2 picks against Miami. I'm sorry, especially when you need it the most. And whatever happened to Emeka Mbuka? He started off great in the beginning of the season. After that, down. I'm sorry, man. The Buccaneers, man, I don't know what's going on with that franchise, but they've been blowing it.
They pretenders.
I say this. Call me crazy. I think their coach gets fired. I think Todd Bowles is out. You have Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans. I know he was injured most of the year, but I'm talking about the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Baker, Bucky Irving, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Egbuka, Jalen McMillan came back, who was a stud last year, who was like the Michael Wilson last year for fantasy, late season waiver wire.
Yep.
All of that is your offense, and Cade Otton, their tight end. All of that, and you're barely less than 20 points a game. Now, the Dolphins defense over the last 6 games has played much better than it did their first 6 games. I'll give credit where credit is due. Not saying they're the best, but hey, they improved and they learned their lessons. For Tampa Bay to be in this position, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, with all the consistency they've had over the last, you'd say 4, 5, 6 years, relatively speaking, even, the end of the Tom Brady era leading into the Baker Mayfield era, 100% unacceptable. And to me, just like Detroit, Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator, he out the door and goes to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's 12-4, and Tampa Bay is in what, Randy?
Shambles.
Very similar, very, very similar structure in that sense. I don't know. A lot of work to be done, but Todd Bowles, you never know. I think he may be out.
I can see that.
Be. What do you think, Randy?
Nah, yeah, the Bucks, man. They just become pretenders. Poorly coached. It seems like over the last second half of the season. You let Carolina get right back in the fucking mix. I mean, you're not even that much better than the Saints. I don't know. Like, I guess I could see Bowles getting the boot. I don't know who you'd get to replace him. I mean, what, are you gonna go get Pete Carroll?
I can see that too.
The Bucks just squandered a big opportunity. This past week losing to the Dolphins when you had a chance to really put the lid down on the division really proved that maybe the Bucks just aren't who we thought they fucking were, and maybe they're probably gonna fucking lose this week.
And I'll ask a comment more so directly at Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Both our squads played Tampa early on in the season. Your squad, I believe, what was it, losing by 3? It was a field goal. Okay, mine, that was the game Fred Warner busted up his ankle, emotionally drained. Both bad losses. In yes or no? The 3 losses that Seattle had. Niners week 1, the Rams at SoFi, and Tampa. Is the Tampa the worst loss?
Absolutely.
Because if you flip it, and let's say, and the Niners have the same situation because we both lost, so I would say that Tampa's the worst loss. If the Niners had played the Colts early in the season when they were hot, Niners probably lose because they were going through everything. They played them later. If they played Tampa Bay later, they probably win. Same thing with Seattle. Seattle played them this week. Seattle crushes Tampa.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think just similarity in schedules. I think if we played them later, it would be a completely, I'm not saying the season's completely different from both squads, but hey, we'd be one more win in the win
One
column.
more
at this
win
point.
better, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Damn right.
Yeah.
So that moves us on to a game that, again, because of Randy, we'll take pity on him and not talk too much about it. But
I ain't saying nothing. I didn't watch.
Drake made 19 of 21, 256, 5 TDs.
That's a bad boy.
This is over 42-10. I got nothing other than that.
I'm going to say this. He single-handedly beat me in 2 fantasy leagues the last couple of weeks. So if you had him as a quarterback, congratulations. The
Thank you,
boy's been
Drake.
balling.
Thank you, Drake May. I appreciate you for fantasy.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
A lot of players. I meant also to thank earlier in the Bengals game, Chase Brown the last 2 weeks. Thank you. I appreciate y'all as well. And Chris Olave of the Saints. Thank you. Patriots, they did what they got to do. But I think the biggest question in this game / moving forward for the Patriots, this whole Stephon Diggs debacle. Is the NFL going to suspend him? I'm going to guess, New England does have something to play for this week. The number 1 seed is on the line. So I'm sure it's going to be, try to get out to a lead and win. I think they're playing Miami, if I'm not mistaken. So they should win on paper. Drake May's having a great year. Drake May's been really, really good. I know he'll be in the conversation for MVP. I have thoughts on the MVP situation at a later time in 5 or 6 picks. Or 5 Just saying, I got questions for y'all to make it interesting.
All right.
No, hey, I said it when he came out of the draft. I just felt like him and old Jaden Daniels were going to be one of the best quarterbacks out of that draft. I still think I'm correct on that. Drake May is just on another level.
He is.
He's very smart. He's just good, man. Patriots are who I thought they were from the beginning of the season, man, and they have not let up. And it's just another tale of a fucking teams going in 2 totally different directions.
Yeah, Patriots are red hot.
Red hot.
Now let's move on to another game, which is my Seahawks. The Seahawks go to 13-3, 7-1 on the road, but this game didn't start off good, and a couple reasons. Kenneth Walker has not been consistent all year. It wasn't until they went to Charbonnet in the second half when it kind of eased up and helped Darnold, because guess what? That Mr. Mystical from the Rams, who fucking sucks, by the way, Cooper Kupp, he still sucks big ass balls. He sucks.
You and me.
He has been a non-factor. You know what? It's sad when you're waiting for Horton. Yes, Horton, a 5th round receiver to come back, because that'll open things up for JSN, because damn sure we know Cooper Kupp can't do it.
Had a good block.
Whatever, dude. Again, can't catch a cold at this point. You got Puka Nacua, his replacement, catching the ball, not even looking. But no, Seattle pours it on in the second half. Big time win. Defensive team shows up. They shut down the Panthers. That sets up a showdown with the Buccaneers. The Seahawks, though, eliminate the Rams from contention for the division. We'll talk more about what the Niners did and how that sets up our matchup. But all I got on this one is Cooper Kupp sucks dick, and I like Seattle winning games where they're just not, where they're just not heavily favored. Go ahead.
I swear to God, man. I swear. I swear, man. You're so disrespectful. Cooper Kupp made a great block on one of those plays. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a great block. You got to give him credit, Todd.
No. Listen.
No,
real quick. Last thing I got, man. I'm sorry. I'll just
go ahead. It's your team.
You know how ESPN makes up stats for everything and analytics has stats for everything? We need an NF factor or stat, and that's a non-factor, because leading the league this year would be Cooper Kupp. Go on, Matt.
You're very I guarantee you when it comes to the playoffs, he's going to be a shining star. Watch.
Can we bookmark that? Can we bookmark
have
that,
his
Randy?
jersey?
Let's bookmark it. Right
Book
now.
it.
Dom, you're scared of Kupp.
Watch. I guarantee you.
Maybe I might be scared of peanut or something.
You know what? Watch. Book it. Anyways, it was a close game, believe it or not, in the first half. And in the second half, you guys did what you're supposed to do. Poured the roof open. So give you guys credit. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
No, I Randy said it very eloquently last week. The Seahawks were going to have a little bit of a fall off after that emotional win against the Rams. And you saw it in the first half, and it's to be expected. You're traveling East Coast 10 a.m. slot. We as West Coast teams, Todd, we know how those can feel like a trap game sometimes. So I see that. The biggest, as I've said it before about the Seahawks, the one area I'm very critical about them is that running game. To me, I know Charbonnet's clearly been better than Walker this year as a whole. If Seattle really wants to take that big elite step in the right direction after this season, go get an A-plus running back and screw the other two. You can keep Charbonnet as your change of back. Kenneth Walker's not your guy. Go get a beast of a running back. Because if you do that,
Walker is solid. What are you talking about?
Brees Hall's available.
Yeah, like to me, when Seattle had when Seattle had Marshawn Lynch, right? Beast mode. That was a difference maker in the running game.
You ain't gonna have another beast mode though.
No, I'm not. No, of course not. Somebody, if it's Brees Hall.
Yeah, imagine Brees Hall in a Hawks uniform, dude.
No, like Brees Hall. If Kamara, if they want to pay for that, I know he's older, but again, or this one would be the scariest to me as a Niner fan. Baltimore doesn't sign Derrick Henry.
He's older though. He's getting older. He's getting older.
That I know, but that elevates Seattle into a different hemisphere.
Kenneth Walker is a solid RB1.
We have money if we were to do that. We do have money to sign a guy like that.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Carolina has been sneaky all year. We'll see what happens with them and the Bucks. It's in Tampa, so a road game. Carolina is weird because they can look really good. They're kind of like a mid 500, like literally their record is who they are. So I don't know if they're ahead of schedule or they're right on pace. I don't know where to place them. But as I always say about Seattle, you go in, you win games that you need to win. Got the job done. Sets up Saturday night, which pisses me off because it's the best game going into next week.
Yeah, that's dude. We'll talk. Hayes.
It's like Todd feeling about divisional games on a Thursday night. Same principles.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about the Seahawks, Niners, and the Pick'ems coming up here soon, Hayes. So just hang in there. Trust me, we'll break it down. Any thoughts on this one, Randy? Before we move on to the game of the week, obviously.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, game of the week: Giants in Vegas. Battle.
Oh man.
I picked
you gotta say the Raiders right, Todd. You gotta say the Raiders right.
Raiders
stink, man. They stink.
I got nothing, guys. Nothing.
The only thing I got is Dom was right and we were all wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, that I appreciate you guys. Much love.
There you go.
I just knew the Raiders wouldn't. Why'd I pick the Raiders?
All right, so that moves us on to a game that was so perplexing, fellas. Now the Eagles dominated the first half. They had some yards, they scored some points. It was 13-0. They were stopping the Bills. Bills once again going for it on fourth down several times. Defense keeping them in the game. The defense really clamped down in the second half. Bills had opportunities, blew it in the third quarter. They blew it in the fourth quarter, but somehow, some way, we're going for the 2-point conversion to win the game. Steve Elise was screaming because that's her second favorite team because her brother looks like Josh Allen. So she roots for Josh Allen. But I will say this, guys, right or wrong move for the Bills to go for 2 right there. Do you play for the tie and overtime at home or was that the right call going for it?
I think that's the right call, especially for the stakes that it was in. You win some, you lose some. But shout out to the Eagles. I hate saying this, but shout out to them because they wasn't supposed to win this game. They had I guess for third place, or I think they can go up a couple of places in the playoff, but they didn't have no business winning this game. And the Bills definitely needed to win this game in order to stay alive for the top seed in their division. But for the Eagles to hold them to only 12 points, a hot Buffalo team who just won last week against the Patriots, to hold them down for only 12, you got to give the Eagles defense credit. Even though they only scored 13, it didn't matter. If you can hold your team to 12 and only score 13, I'll take it. So give the Eagles credit.
In bad weather, too. You're right, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. to Matty's point, I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think Eagles controlled the tempo in the first half. Buffalo controlled the tempo in the second half, especially late in the fourth. I know, and it's bad weather. Buffalo is more accustomed to that than Philly because, the Buffalo weather is even nuts. You go for the extra point, take it to overtime, and play the odds out in overtime. You have the momentum. I know the overtime rule, each team gets a possession, whatever the case may be. They had the momentum. They needed it to still be competitive in the AFC East division now that the Patriots have won it. Tough game, two good teams. I think the game is much, much different in perfect weather. And I know Matty was like, they held the Bills to a low scoring game. Buffalo has not been as dominant as we see them in years past. So I'm not 100% shocked that the Eagles did this and it was a low scoring game. But again, the weather played a factor in this as well. So to me, I would have went with the extra point and ran the odds of going to OT.
Randy?
Fair enough.
Honestly, I don't know, man. I'm kind of an all, kind of go all or nothing, go for it kind of guy. So I'm like, yeah, go for the fucking win, man. Like, fuck the overtime bullshit. Like, let's get the fuck on down the road. Let's get out of here with this dub. So, but I don't know, man. Like, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. I maybe I wanted to say it, maybe I didn't get it out, but I don't know. Like the Bills, I think that window's closed. There's still going to be a playoff team, but I could see the Bills being a one and done, man. And when that happens, I think we can officially look at the Buffalo Bills as maybe they make the playoff next year, maybe they don't. Who knows?
If the playoffs began right now in this moment, I think the seeding will change for the AFC. Buffalo's the 7th seed; they'd be going to New England.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win this week, or, not to give anything away, but if they win and the Chargers lose, they go to the 6th seed. Could be playing Jacksonville. Who knows? Jacksonville wins, New England loses. Either way, they got to play New England or Jacksonville.
That's true.
I don't think Buffalo could get to the 5 seed if Houston and the Chargers lose. So again, but at this moment, they had to go to New England, divisional game. Divisional games are toss-up. But I would say I'd probably favor New England maybe 60-40 in that game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
It's not the same old Patriots. They have grown up. So,
yeah.
All right, so that moves us to Sunday Night Peacock game of the week. And I will say this before Dom goes into his rant. I will say this. I would have to say the Seahawks-Rams game for me, for biased reasons, is a top game of the year. Bills and Ravens week 1 and this game, I think, are 2A and 2B. I mean, this was a fantastic football game, back and forth. If you love defense, you hated it. If you loved offense, you loved it. There was a lot of amazing plays by both sides. And I will say the last thing I got on this before I pass it over to Matt, we'll let Dom clean up everything, but I'll just say this right now. I was wrong about Caleb Williams. Usually guys that are busts, or they have really bad sophomore slumps even before they can have a shot to get things. Caleb's been on a new one, whether it's the coaching staff or not, which it's got to be at this point. But shout out to him. Shout out to Brock Purdy, although I hate the motherfucker. He played his ass off, and that was a fantastic football game.
Did Todd just say he was wrong?
I was wrong.
About the Niners? No,
about Caleb Williams. No, he's a trash Caleb Williams. I just tell him he's good. Give him time. No. So I gotta hear this. Did you say he was wrong, Todd?
I said I was wrong.
It's almost like instead of don't be so disrespectful, it's don't be so respectful.
Yeah, right. You be respectful.
Oh boy.
No, real quick. Like Todd said, if you don't like defense, this was not the game for you. This was a great game, an excellent game. Caleb played pretty good, but Brock Purdy, hey man, I can't disrespect the guy this time. He played awesome. And if he continues to play like that for the rest of the season into the playoffs, hey man, watch out for the Niners. And I'm gonna give the Niners a lot of respect and credit because they've been injured all year. They didn't have their quarterback for a few games, didn't have their tight end, didn't have the running back. They had injuries all over the place. But yet they stayed afloat. They never went down. I think they never lost back-to-back games this year, right? Right, Dom?
Yep.
And for them to still be at the top and have a chance to win the division, I think they still got a chance to win the division, right?
Yep. This Saturday, 5:00.
Got to give them a ton of credit. So Shanahan's definitely coach. Obviously, he's an excellent coach, but the way he keeps that team afloat, I got to give him credit, man. So also, I'm going to say on that one, this was a great game. Brock Purdy was the man, and he played a hell of a game.
Randy, what you got?
No, it was a hell of a game. It's one of those games right up until San Francisco kicked that field goal. It's one of those games you don't really fucking see often where you just trade back and forth 7-7, 7-7, 14-7, 14-14. Like you don't see 7-7, 7-7 throughout the whole fucking game. I love shit like that. It's weird. I know that's kind of what the fuck's he talking about. But I love that kind of football, It's offensive fucking power. The defense took it to shit, but hey, it's a 1 week fucking thing. Got two offensive juggernauts just going head to head, man. So I love shit like that, man. So no, honestly, fuck, dude, I could see this being like a preview of like the NFC Championship game, dude.
You can see.
Look at Todd, like, what the fuck?
He's like, I'm gonna hold that in for now.
Yeah.
Now
it's Dom's turn.
Here's Dom's turn.
No, first and foremost, I agree with Todd. Definitely a top 3 game of the season, and I picked the same exact 3 games, so 100% agree with that. Mario, as you put it on there, he hates the Purdy Dougie dance. I love God, as George Kittle would say in sarcastic fashion, God forbid a white guy has a little rhythm. God forbid. But I talked to Mario as soon as the game ended, I texted him saying that was a hell of a game. The Bears are way ahead of schedule. I'm going to give them their flowers. Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson is their coach. The one thing about the Bears coach that I'm going to say is, and Shanahan brought this up in the post-game press conference, final play of the game with 4 seconds. Kyle Shanahan's running a call timeout. He sees that the Niners are set in the right formation that they want. The Bears are a little confused and trying to get set, and it wasn't the exact formation and setup that they wanted. Instead of giving them that free timeout, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna let it be. And the Niners are more prepared for that play on the short pass from Williams. So again, I think that higher IQ, not saying Ben Johnson is low IQ. It's that rookie coach against a veteran coach, right? And Ben Johnson will have those moments. I think the Bears are talented, need to get a little bit better on defense. And I'm not Niners, same way. Not the prettiest of game. I'll start with my defense. Not great. 3rd and 4th down. You got to get off the damn freaking field. You cannot be on the field for that. It's awful. But they did make 3 important stops. Taking a lead in a halftime and not allowing the Bears to tie the game before half or even get a field goal. Limiting the Bears late in the 4th quarter to a field goal instead of a touchdown. Then you went down and got the Jennings touchdown, and then the final play of the game. So all that crap, and you got 3 massive defensive plays at the end of the day. Let's start with Brock Purdy, shall we? Purdy's 6-game winning streak. And you guys could say I glaze, but I am loyal to this man all season long, so I'm not like the media that's been on and off the Purdy train. 3 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns rushing. First time it's happened in 49ers history since 2003, Jeff Garcia. Not bad. Since his return against the Cardinals 6 weeks ago, number 1 in wins, number 1 in completion percentage, number 1 in points per game. Last 3 weeks, 83.5% completion rate, just shy of 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns at 131.5 passer rating. He could have closed up shop after the first play pick 6. And everybody, and I will admit, a lot of people are saying, oh, that should have been a penalty. He hit him before the route. That, to me, yeah, in the league now, based on past precedents, I'm shocked they didn't call a penalty. But to me, he jumped the route and did a good job. I can't get mad at that. And it was a tip ball. Good for the Bears on that one. And that lit a fire under Purdy, and he played solid right after that. So Purdy's playing like the man that he needs to be and leading this team. No Kittle. Trent Williams out after the first of the game. The backup left tackle did an amazing job for the Niners to keep Purdy upright. Last point of contention. The MVP CMC. No doubt about it. Third season of 2,000 scrimmage yards and 15-plus touchdowns. Only he and LaDainian Tomlinson, Hall of Famer. Fourth season of 1,900 scrimmage yards. Who are the other running backs to do it? Walter Payton, Hall of Fame. Marshall Faulk, Hall of Fame. LaDainian Tomlinson, Hall of Fame. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame. Tiki Barber, just short of the Hall of Fame. Also needs 110 receiving yards to complete a 1,000-yard rushing and receiving season. He'd be the third player to do that with Marshall Faulk and Niners legend Roger Craig, but the first to do it twice. I don't care what anybody says. I know the MVP award is typically a quarterback-driven award. The NFL needs to get smart like baseball and have, like the baseball has the Cy Young for pitchers. NFL needs a quarterback award. Sorry, there are some candidates. MVP is the most valuable player on every facet of the game. CMC is your MVP. You can talk about JSN, who's had a talented year and going for a wide receiving record this week. Puka Nacua, high offensive numbers, and Drake May. But I don't think as much do those three players have as much of an impact on multiple facets of the game than CMC has had with all of the Niner issues that have happened so far this year, and get to play for a potential number one seed in the division Saturday night against Todd.
I just have one question, Dom. Can we put CMC on the Madden cover now so that we can jinx the shit out of him for Saturday?
Hey, who knows? JSN, if he gets that wide receiver title, he might be on it next year.
Oh no. I've called the Seahawks. I said, no matter who gets the MVP, no matter who, if we even win the Super Bowl, do not go on the Madden cover, please.
It's one of those things, but call me a homer, call me a Niner fan. It is what it is. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bang, bang, Dub City. I don't care. CMC is a guy. The Niners are a different team when he's playing the football game. And Brock Purdy is Purdy. He's getting the job done. And, I'm not even going to try to dance. I'm not going to try to be a white boy. But like they say in Footloose, let the boy dance.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
You're getting some hate right there by Patty the Batty and Hayes right there if you see those comments.
He might not have 31 touchdowns at LT, but the numbers don't lie. He and LT's great. He might not have 31 tutties, but when you have a variation of Kittle and other receivers, and people knock Brock Purdy for having a wide receiving room that's not up to standard. Yeah, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Kendrick Bourne, and Demarcus Robinson, not the flashiest, whatever. But guess what? They're getting the job done, and he's making it work. So all the people that said, he was carried by Ayuk and Samuel and Kittle. One's a freaking mental CTE case and gone. And Debo, who wanted greener pastures, found out the hard way winning 4 games with the Commanders. You get the cancers out of the locker room, and this team is a team.
There you go. So with that breakdown of Dom's team right there, the Niners are setting, and we're going to talk about that game a little bit extensively here as that comes up in the pick'ems right around the corner after this game, which this one shocked me. I gave this game no chance. So I'll tell you right now, I turned it on Monday Night Football in third quarter when it was 21-0. I'm like, what the hell? And sure enough, the Rams did everything, got all the breaks, it seemed, until they needed one. And yes! They didn't
that
get
was
one.
Not a catch. I don't care anybody debating it. It was close.
It was very close, Tom. And I was the only one. Stevie Lee is like, that's a catch. They're going to win the game. That's a catch. And I'm like, no,
enough
it's
of
not.
A bobble.
I go, there's not an conclusiveness. And by the way, can we just test the gloves? You know how like in baseball at the end of innings, they check the pitcher?
Sticky pitchers.
Bro, what the hell is Puka putting on them gloves? They're okay. I've seen some better receivers than him.
What you saying, Todd?
I'm saying that fucker's cheating. You see who he hangs out with, those social media guys. He's cheating. Either way, Falcons get a big upset win over the Rams. It's
Todd
hilarious.
and I are happy. We're happy.
Yes.
I know you are.
So that's all I got in that one, dude.
All I got to say is Bijan Robinson.
Correct.
Oh, the man played like a possessed man, and he pretty much carried the Falcons to a victory, and he ruined my chance in fantasy football to win big money. But anyways, that's another story. But yeah, Bijan, they definitely carried the Falcons to beat the Rams on this one, and I was just shocked, man, because no one thought the Falcons were going to beat the Rams. Nobody did. For them to be down 21-0 in the first half, in the start of the third, that's just insane. It's just insane. I'm with you, Todd. When I saw that, I was just dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it. But hey, it's one of those games, man. And the Rams, give the Rams credit. They didn't give up. They made it interesting. They almost could have won this game. And just like the Falcons, whenever they have a big lead, don't turn the TV off because they will give it up. And they have a history of that. But they held it on. They held it down, got the win, and spoiled the Rams from winning the division and coming in first place in that division.
You know, I've called it before at other times, like Mario says in the comments, Vegas did. Vegas, there's strange things that can happen, but for the Rams, when you fuck around and find out kind of mentality, and Atlanta you mix that with playing the spoiler role, Atlanta, since they've been eliminated, it was one of those perfect trap game type situations. And who would have thought on a primetime game, Kirk Cousins becomes
That's true. That's true.
That's what, maybe his second, maybe third primetime win of his career. I remember when he was like 0 for 20 and then got a win with Minnesota or something. So wild game. Again, bias aside from Todd and I of being Seattle Niner fans, like we both have a passionate dislike for the Rams.
I know y'all love that.
We're loving this moment, but we both know the Rams are still a competitive team. They didn't have Devontae Adams, which changes the complexity of their offense. It was not a catch. Sorry. Puka, there was the transfer. It wasn't a catch. So everybody's saying, oh, this game's rigged. It's rigged. If it was a catch and they called it no catch, then I'd say it's rigged. But I guess thank you, Atlanta, to make Saturday's game between the Niners and the Seahawks even more tantalizing.
Absolutely.
Great.
Randy?
Two things real quick since I got the microphone here. All I gotta say about this game is fuck you, Rams. And second of all, can the Hawks Niners be the tiebreaker game this week?
Sure. I won the week, so I'll say yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's no Monday night game, so
At this point, I've conceded the pick'ems. I don't care about the pick'ems. I just care about winning on Saturday. That's all.
That's it? That's all you care about, Todd?
That's all I care
Oh,
about.
yeah, my Hawks are winning this Saturday, baby. Let's go.
You fuck off, Randy.
It comes down
There is no
to
room. There is no room on this bandwagon train. We have closed the doors. Your ass can stay in Indy. You're already on that.
Wait. What sound do Seahawks make?
Oh, we don't do
know.
a song. No, we don't. No.
Teamer said, "Don't forget the Island Boy earnings bet."
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of Island Boy, I do have the numbers from the panel.
Here we go.
Of Island Boy, Todd is 9-11, 2 games under 500. Matty is 1 game above 500 at 8-7.
Wow.
By virtue of my Island Boy win of the Giants this week, thank you, New York. I've improved to now 9-5, 4 games above 500.
Good God.
Randy, who's done him a lot. However, Randy lost to the Panthers, but he smoked our asses picking the Eagles over the Bills. Randy is now, he's gotten double-digit wins. He is 10-21.
That's still not good.
I'm the Arizona Cardinals with the fucking boys, baby.
I was thinking like 10-10.
The consolation of it all is he's taken the most risk and he has the most wins. He has 10 wins. The next is me and Todd with 9. So Randy has a lot of losses, but he has the most wins with an asterisk on him for Island Boy shaking them titties up.
So that means I got to go for 3 islands this week.
No,
lose.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's get into the what is it? The standings real quick. And
this Saturday is going to be a juicy game.
Are we just doing overall?
Yeah, just overall.
All right. Let's see here. For the viewers overall, we got Omar in first place at 171 and 84. Coach Mateo in second at 166 and 89. Mario in third at 161 and 94. Rob in fourth at 158 and 97. Matt Mativier in fifth at 157 and 98. And Eric Ward in the butthole at 136 and 119. For the host division overall, Dominick in first at 162 and 93. Todd in second at 153 and 102. Matty in third at 149 and 106. And myself down there in the butthole at 146 and 109.
The battle of the toilet bowl is on for the panel.
I love that. Three Strange, Randy having a Jet 2 holiday season. I can hear. All right, this week's pick. This week's picks brought to you part by 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets. Use our discount HITI and the promo code. Get yourself 10% off the tickets wherever you want to go, whatever team you want to see. Man, Matt was not lying. This Saturday's games, thanks to the NFL commissioner going for the greed and killing the NBA, which I love. The Panthers and Buccaneers go head-to-head in the first game of Saturday's doubleheader, and both games are for the division. So high stakes all around. You got the Panthers going into Tampa Bay, 75 degrees, partly cloudy. Tampa Bay's a 2.5-point favorite. The winner, if Tampa Bay wins, they're going to go in winning a division under 500, which is
there is a wrinkle. There is a wrinkle, FYI. I heard this last night on Monday Night Football's pregame show. If the Bucs win, right, they will be 8-9 like Carolina. But by virtue of Atlanta's win against the Rams last night, if Atlanta beats New Orleans, all three teams would be 8-9. You got to go to a tiebreaker. Carolina owns that tiebreaker. So if Tampa wins, all eyes are on the Atlanta Saints game, and Tampa Bay needs the Saints to win.
That's crazy.
That is true. I double checked it, did it all in the simulator. So Carolina wins. They are in, no questions asked.
Wow.
Tampa wins. Buckle your seatbelts. And they're going to be cheering on the Saints to beat the Falcons. And trust me, those divisional games get crazy. And I think Atlanta would love to you're going to knock out one divisional team. Why not be at your control, essentially?
Exactly. So let me get that. Let me run that 20 seconds. Thanks for those tidbits right there, Dom. That did not influence my pick, but let me get that 20 seconds. And I'll just say this right now. After the Panthers lost, they showed me something as far as defense against the Seahawks. And again, like I'm going to go with Tamir 20 on this one. The Bucs are a defeated team at this time. And I got no faith in the Landons. Give me the Panthers.
I got no faith in the Landons.
All right, Matty.
I don't know, man. I think the Bucs did this last year. I think they won the division last year, the last game too. I can't remember. I could be wrong. But I don't know, man. I don't trust the Panthers, bro. And the Bucs are a veteran team, and they have more offensive firepower. So I'm going with the Bucs.
Woo.
All right, Dom.
Let's do it. Call me crazy. Both of these teams are tight-knit. On the road, Carolina's 3-5. The Bucs at home 3-4. Carolina's one game better within conference play and one game better within divisional play. Right now, even though they're inconsistent, call me crazy. Flip of the coin, give it to the home team. I'm going to say the Bucs squeak it out, and they're going to have to close them cheeks on Sunday because it's going to be tight.
Is Todd already on the island?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no, too. I don't think Randy going to do it.
Pucker those lips.
What are you guys thinking here, huh? What are you guys thinking?
Honestly, I think, Randy, you're going to pick the Panthers.
I think I'm puckering my lips.
He always picks Panthers.
Meow! Give the Panthers 25-19.
There you go.
Champs.
There you go. Now the game it could be the year. Who knows?
It could be.
when these two teams go at it, I
Go
hated
there.
the fact. I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. When Seattle moved from the AFC to the NFC, I hated it at first. But then I just fell in love with the hatred of the Niners and the Rams. I hate those fucking teams with a passion.
Right back at you, brother.
I excuse the recards because they've never, ever, and never
100%
will
agree.
freaking matter. But this game gets my butt cheeks tingling every year because it's just I can't. I hate you guys so much.
Hate you right back.
I hate everything about you. I hate your fans. I hate the color of the jerseys.
Back at you.
I hate the players.
Back right
I
at
hate
you.
them.
Back right at you.
I'll just say
You said butt cheeks tingling and made that noise.
I love.
I know.
Don't clip that. David Roska, right back at you. But anyway, this game 13-3 Seahawks, 12-4 Niners. Winner goes for the division right here. $353 is your cheapest ticket over there in Santa Clara. 53 degrees and steady rain. Seattle is a 1-point favorite, 1.5. 49.5 is your total points. Man, I'm gonna need it.
And it's the Niners specialty jerseys, the black ones with the red. It's going to be an atmosphere. Yep, they had already planned Week 18 against Seattle to be the day they reveal them.
Now.
Who would have thought it would have been for Tier 1, 1 seed? And as a friendly reminder, Week 1, Todd and I watched the Niners beat the Seahawks 13-10, close game. We both had cheeks clenched for most of the day, and I said that day, before we went to the Ohapi Bowling tournament, I said, I would not be shocked. 2 different teams show up in Week 18, and it's for the division. Todd hates it. Todd, I've said it, the master plan and all this stuff. The master plan was to get us to this moment, and the master plan ended up working. So thank you for beating the Rams. Thank you, Niners, for going on a win streak, and we have this moment.
It only works if you beat us. That's all I'm saying. But
I know, but the master plan got us to this point.
Well, there's that word.
There you go.
I know, just for
All
Todd.
right. Hey, whatever.
Todd.
Let me get that 20 seconds, man. I might go OT, so shut the fuck up. Here's the thing. This game means everything to the Seahawks. This means everything because even though you make the playoffs, if you get there, you're on. Oh, weapon?
No, I'm kidding.
You're good. You're giving you extra time.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying, though. If you get to the postseason, it's huge. But then again, if you're talking about having home field advantage going through Lumen Field, and then, instead of going on the road where you've been good this year, give me Lumen Field, man. So this game, I cannot see losing 2 games to the Niners this year. I'm picking the Seahawks, not just as a homer, but because we're much better than the start of the season. And guess what, baby? If that does come true, the last thing I got on this, we are going to the fucking Super Bowl and we're going to win it in Santa Clara.
That was a good 40 seconds.
I talked about fat, didn't I?
Yeah, man.
Got it right there at the point, 12 seconds. Like, look
Man.
All right, Matty, what you got? You need 42?
I really don't. These aren't my teams, so I could care less. But I will say this, though. I will say this. I doubted the Seattle Seahawks 2 weeks ago against the Rams. I won't doubt them this time. I think they're going to pull off the upset because it's in Santa Clara, and they're going to win. Give me Seattle.
Yep.
All right, big dumb.
As Todd mentioned in the weather report, it's going to be wet. It's going to be raining. So that means it's the running game that's going to be the biggest difference. And all day long, give me CMC, the MVP. You're going to hand him the ball. George Kittle should be coming back. Trent Williams, we'll see. It's for the division. All roads, I'll take a little OT for a few seconds. All roads lead to Santa Clara. The Niners had that unique opportunity, like the Rams did when they won the Super Bowl in their own house. When Tom Brady won his final Super Bowl in his own house. The Niners can continue that trend. All roads lead to when it begins with the win against the Seahawks. Give me the Niners! Bang, bang!
Is Randy going to have Dom on an island?
Does my crackhead move up?
Oh man, this one was real tough. I was sitting here making these picks this whole time. This was the last one I picked, but I finally came to a conclusion. Give me the 49ers. 31 to 29.
Okay, we're pairing up just 2 games. Okay.
Yep. High scoring affair. Oh, this is tiebreaker game, right?
Oh, yeah. Here's mine.
Go for it.
Seahawks 34, Niners 23.
34-23.
Seattle 42, Niners 35.
Damn.
Holy crap. I'm going to go along the lines of 31-28, 49.
Sorry, sack of backs.
And
now we come off those games to where I thought we were going to have a drop off, but since Dom informed us about that NFC South, this game actually matters now. Falcons 7-9 at home against the 6-10 surging Saints. Tickets going as low as $72. This is a big rivalry game if you know the Mid-South. These two teams hate each other. Atlanta, and this is a low-key good rivalry right here too. So Atlanta 3.5-point favorites at home. 43.5 is your total points. Give me that 20 seconds real quick, Randy. I am going to actually go with the Saints to come marching into Atlanta. High off that win, that first primetime game, like Dominick said, in a while there for Cousins. There's just something about this Saints team, dude. Like defensively, they're playing better. Offensively, they look more like they just look balanced. So I'm going with the Saints.
All right, Matty.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games where it doesn't really matter. But the Saints are the hot team. They've got the hot hand. And I got the Saints to continue to roll. So give me the Saints to win this one. I think it's going to be a defensive game, to be real with you. But give me the Saints.
All right, big dumb.
I will piggyback off Matty's point that it will be a little bit of a defensive game. And you saw Atlanta get off to a red-hot start, fumble it a little bit against the Rams. With a lot on the line, who knows? This game might be meaningless when we wake up or, even Saturday afternoon. But I'm going to stay in line with the fellas. I'm going to pick the New Orleans Saints to stay hot and finish the season winning 5 in a row. Oh, he's an island boy.
He's got to be. He's posturing.
Maybe. Have the Falcons done him enough wrong or right this year?
You don't know me. Shut up. No, give me the Saints 24-17.
Close game either way.
Yep.
So let's see what the next game brings us, and that would be the Battle of the Orange. You got Barack Obama taking on Macaulay Culkin there in Cincinnati. Tickets going as low as $40. 7.5-point favorites are the Bengals. 37 degrees and cloudy. I'm just going to say this right now. I think the Browns, Myles Garrett gets the record in this one, and the Bengals still blow them out.
Honestly, I think the Bengals going to blow them out. But I don't think Myles Garrett gets the sack record.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. And I think Myles Garrett will get the sack record. That O-line is not great for Cincinnati, and doing it against Joe Burrow would be fun. I think he's not going to appreciate it, but after the game, he'll be like, I guess I'm going in the record book for you. So you're welcome. One of those friendly conversations. But give me Cincinnati to end their year strong and run it back next year.
There you go. Randy?
Yeah, give me the Orange Kitties 20-13.
Of course.
There you go. Now you go to a black and blue rivalry game. Jordan Love returns for the Packers as he takes on the Vikings. 8-8 Vikings at 500 somehow, some way. They've done it this year, but the veteran-laced team nonetheless. They are 6.5-point favorites. Does that mean Jordan Love's not available, Dom?
My guess, the Packers cannot move. They are stuck at the 7 seed. They're playing whoever's the 2 seed, which will be the Bears or the Eagles, depending on situations. To me, if I'm Matt LaFleur, Don't start Jordan
you
Love.
rest him.
Give him a week
Yeah.
off. Prep him for the playoffs. That's my condition. And right now, based on what I'm reading, they don't know what they're doing yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
then I'll just
take it
I'll
for
make
what
it-
it is.
I'll make it short and sweet. Whether they start him or rest him, just because Carlos likes the Vikings, he's been a pain in my ass as far as a troll. Give me the Packers. I want the Vikings to finish with a losing record, so that's the only reason why I'm picking the Packers.
Yeah, even with Love not playing, I'm picking the Packers to win that game.
This one is honestly weird for me because if the Packers rest, the Vikings took advantage of Detroit. That was a down on their luck team.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs isn't running the ball right now for the Green Bay Packers, and I feel they start their starters, and then after one quarter, it's like, okay, we're done, and Minnesota balls out. So this is a toss-up game. I know I have a 9-game lead in the pick'ems, so I can, rest easy on a couple picks.
Oh my
There will
God.
be some. Right now, I'm opposite of Todd and just one, so I'm going to make this number 2 because it's in Minnesota. I'll go with the Vikings because I think the Packers will rest and play the more not start Jordan Love chess match.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic is officially resting his starters for this week. But go ahead.
Oh,
Randy?
God, fuck me. Give me the Vikings
Are
20
you
to
kidding me?
16.
Are you kidding me?
No.
It's a
To me,
conspiracy, Todd.
The Packers are 4-3-1 on the road, 5-3 at home. To me, they're a little
I
bit.
knew that's why I chose the Vikings.
But
jeez.
they are 4-1 against teams in their division. So it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip.
Now you get the one started rated team going into New York to take on the Giants. The Giants want that number 1 pick. The Cowboys say, we don't know about drafts. $35 is the lowest ticket. 36 degrees. It'll be cold. Dak, though, should ball out in this one. Dallas is a 3.5-point favorite. They're easily going to cover. I got the Cowboys, dude. I got the Cowboys to finish direct. I mean, as 500 as 500 could be.
With a tie.
8-1. Yes, 8-1.
Exactly, man. Give me the Cowboys. Jesus Christ.
Give me the Cowboys to wreck the draft stock. 8-1 never sounds so Jerry mediocre.
Ugly.
Yeah, give me them boys 26 to 20.
That's just a horrible record.
What was the score? What was the score, Randy?
26 to 20.
Hey, it's the last time Matty's gonna say it. That he's them boys.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Matt. Sorry.
We got home.
One of these years we'll do a show in a season to where all 4 of us are talking playoffs. One of these years.
Playoffs.
Mark my words.
Playoffs.
Jaguars host the Touchdown Titans. But they haven't had too many of those this year, as it's $52 for the lowest ticket there in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's got the biggest spread. That's what she said. This week, they're a 12.5-point favorite, 62 degrees. I mean, come on now. Jaguars need the win for possible top seed. Jaguars in a super blowout.
Yeah, give me the Jags. Easily.
Everything you both just said. Give me the Jags.
Now hear me out. See, Jacksonville
here we go.
needs this win, and this is no. I'm just kidding. Give me the Jags, 24 to 16.
I like what Ohapi is lame says right here. He says the same year that Todd will be saying Artie Moreno is the best owner.
Hey, they worked out Anthony Rendon's contract.
And
First of all, that hurt my feelings.
No,
Todd knows why I said that.
I'm not even gonna go there. Let's just say
Too early.
Now, before we make, even if we do make this pick, I just got to ask Dom, because Dom feels like our Jay Glazer of the show tonight. Are the Texans resting their players, or do they have a legitimate shot at all in moving up in the seeding?
No, they're at the 5 seed. They can't. You know what? If Jacksonville loses, I don't think. I think Jacksonville still has the tiebreaker, Let me see for a quick second while you guys talk it out. I'm just going to bloviate here for 5 seconds. If the Colts somehow beat the Texans win and Jacksonville loses to Tennessee, Houston wins the division.
Oh, so they have to play. Okay.
So there is something to play for in Houston. If Jacksonville wins, Houston right now is already at the 5 seed. But if they lose and the Chargers win and the Bills win, I don't know how that would, fluctuate them at the end of the day. So there is somewhat something to play for. Here's final thing. Houston wins and Jacksonville wins. Houston can't win the division. However, Houston, even if Buffalo and the Chargers win, cannot go lower than the 5 seed.
Okay.
So division or bust.
With that being said, give me the Texans to cover that 10.5 point spread, especially, I can't believe I'm saying this, with Phillip Rivers resting, they have a better chance of blowing them out. So give me the Texans.
Yeah, give me the Texans.
I apologize if it was long-winded, but yes, give me the Texans.
Yeah, Texans 25-12.
All right, Randy, I need you to play the Who Gives a Fuck Game of the Week card.
Let's do it.
What the fuck game of the week? Are you kidding me? This is madness. Hold on to your seats. This one's about to blow.
This one is going to blow indeed. The New York Jets come into Buffalo. I guess I'll go to Jay Glazer on this one, or Dominick Glazer.
Yes.
Does this improve the Bills' rankings at all, or are they just playing with fun with the Jets?
With the Bills winning against the Jets, they'll improve to 12-5 overall. If the Chargers win and the Texans win, they can't go anywhere. If the Chargers lose, let me rephrase that here for a second. I'm going through if Bills win, Chargers lose, they flip-flop. Chargers in the 7th seed, Bills in the 6th seed. If that happens and the Texans win, Texans stay the 5. If not, the highest Buffalo can get is the 5. So if Buffalo wins, Texans lose, and Chargers lose, there's going to be a little playing up. It would be Buffalo in the 5 seed. So Buffalo can go from 7-5 or even be the 6. So they're seeding purposes for Buffalo.
Okay, well, then that being said, give me Buffalo. Because, I mean, with the opponent that the Chargers got, we'll talk about that in a few seconds here. So give me Buffalo to win. And I'm guessing
Matty's lost connection. I would guess he's probably going to go with the Bills, but I'm not going to speak for him. I will agree Buffalo against the Jets. Randy, your misery will be over temporarily because then you got the offseason and the draft to deal with. So give me the Bills.
Yeah, give it him, Billy Boys, 31-9.
31-9, and
Randy, does Justin Fields come back next year?
Fuck no.
no. Kyler Murray.
Ew.
Oh boy.
I'd rather sign Derrick Henry come play quarterback.
I think Randy's already jumping on the Bang Bang Niner gang stuff. So
No, he
had my new hat
in the mouth.
I'm gonna have Todd order me a jersey. No.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, Matty, get back in.
We'll get Matty's picks when he comes back.
All right, so then move us on to the Lions' disappointment of the year. It looks like they're 8-8. Their playoff chances are over, right, Dom?
100%.
There you go. So they've been eliminated. Bears, can they move up with a win?
The Bears, the highest they can be is the 2, which is where they are. The Bears cannot win the number 1 seed.
There you go.
If the Bears win and the Rams win, Bears win and Eagles win, Bears number 2 seed. Bears lose, Eagles win, flip-flop, Eagles to the 2, Bears to the 3. So the Bears will either be the 2 or 3 seed.
And I can see
Hoppy's name says don't do it. I'm going to do it. Bang, bang.
There you go. I love it. He did pick the Niners.
Wow.
I will say this, though. I could easily see the Lions winning this game because, playing spoiler, that'd be the ultimate spoiler right there. But this one's in Soldier Field. Bears fans are pumped. Even after that loss, you got to think that they're going to be happy. So I got to go with the Bears, man. They're 3-point favorites at home. Give me the Bears over the Lions.
Yep. Oh, Matty, welcome back.
You got to get off that dial-up.
We'll see. Well, we'll see in a moment, Matty. But for now, I'll make it quick. I'm going to go with the Bears as well. Ben Johnson against his former team. They want to get right before the playoffs. No doubter. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, give me the Bears.
Okay.
30.
Y'all hear me?
Yep. Give me the Bears 30-22.
Right.
Matty? Oh, he's thinking about it. He's staying still right there.
While we wait for Matty for a second, Hoppy is lame. I got one comment for you. I'm a USC fan. I know secretly, not so secretly, you are as well. What a bullshit game against TCU tonight.
They lost to TCU?
In OT, 30-27.
Yep. Yikes.
Yep.
Serves them right.
Us
Sorry,
USC
Bap.
fans are nope, not even you. See, he's like USC. Yep, I know.
What kind of chant is woo 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 woo? That's the
We'll get Matty back.
over.
Next game.
I hate USC. Hoppy is lame knows that better than anybody. I hate them.
Listen, SC had a decent season, but here we go.
Lose to TCU. Oh boy.
I'm over here giving the Saints their credit and everything, and he's over here trashing my Seahawks.
Yeah, right. They blow.
Here we go. All right, now move us on to a game that matters here too. This is for the AFC leaderboard at number 1 seed. Plus, the Chargers can move up, as Mr. Dom Glazer talked about right now, or they can move down. But either way, Denver, a 13-3 team facing a Chargers team who's 11-5. Denver's a 12.5-point home favorite. Tickets
Justin
going to
Herbert not playing. Already been told. Harbaugh said that yesterday. Herbert not playing.
Well, then, like O'Hoppy's lame says, fuck. Give me the Broncos, dude. They need this game. They should win this game.
I will go with the Broncos easily to keep that 1 seed.
Yeah, give me the Broncos 22-18.
Hey, we see former 49er great. What's that quarterback?
Trey Lance.
Yes, that's right. Trey Lance.
Who would have thought the Niners in that draft, if they had just drafted Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance, who knows, would Purdy ever been a Niner?
True.
Look at this comment. Does Caleb Williams become the first Bears quarterback with 4,000 passing yards in a single season? They've never had a 4K passer.
Wow. No,
right
they've
now,
never.
And for perspective purposes,
Fuck, at least the Jets had one in the 60s.
Caleb Williams needs 270 passing yards to get it. I think he will in that game.
Mario, that's fucked up.
Oh!
Damn.
Oh, I gotta play it. I gotta play it.
Hey, don't be so disrespectful, okay?
Oh boy, sweet Jesus. Here we go.
I will say, not only will he become the first quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards, he'll be the first painted nails quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards. Wow. But I think he'll do it. I really do.
Yep.
The next game is you got the Taylor Swifties going into the Raiders. Boy, oh boy, Pete Carroll's waking up every morning after putting the Ben Gay on and realizing, boy, I shouldn't have picked the Raiders as a job. But he did, and I think they're going to finish 2-15. Third stringer or not, fourth stringer doesn't matter. Give me the Chiefs.
Okay.
There he is.
There we go. We can pop.
Power down.
Okay, we'll come. Maddie, what do you got? Chiefs, Raiders.
Raiders.
Who do you got, Bears or Lions?
Bears.
Bills or
Jets.
Really? Y'all needed me to answer that question?
Just want to double check because we could have played the Island Bowl. I'm just saying. And then Broncos, Chargers.
Broncos.
Okay.
He's going with triple B's.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So Chiefs for Todd, Raiders for Maddie. Honestly, this game I have no clue because Chiefs, what the hell? Raiders, they could say, screw all y'all. We're going to screw the number 1 pick. Even though we have an 80% chance to get it, we might screw the pooch.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But I don't know if Travis Kelce is going to end on a losing note if he does indeed retire. Give me the Chiefs.
There you go. Randy?
Okay.
Could there be an
Come on, Randy.
Oh, I'm an island boy. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm just trying to be. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm the only one that picked the team.
I love that
Umaga.
because when I love like, you know, when Randy shakes the titties, his hands are like properly placed.
Yeah.
Maddie's hands are
Umaga.
so high. It's like, hey,
He got shoulder titties.
he does show titties.
Y'all did me wrong, man. I swear y'all did me wrong.
Give me the Chiefs 21-7.
Ooh, okay.
Raiders always play the Chiefs pretty good, so wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, Randy, give me that who gives a fuck game of the week thing.
What the fuck game of the week? Are you kidding me? This is madness. Hold on to your seats. This one's about to blow.
You got the Recards of Arizona, 3-13. Please finish the season 1-14 in your last 15. They play the Rams, and this game doesn't matter for anything. So it does.
That is a hot one.
It potentially does. If Seattle beats the Niners and the Rams beat the Cardinals, Seattle the 1 seed, Rams the 5 seed, Niners the 6 seed. Seattle wins and the Rams lose, Niners 5 seed, Rams 6 seed. And then if the whoever wins the 1 seed, so there's a little seeding. Are the Rams going to be 5 or are they going to be 6? If the Niners beat Seattle and the Cardinals win, Seahawks 5, Rams 6. Niners win, Rams win. Seahawks in the 6 seed, Rams in the 5 seed. So it's a flip-flop. It's essentially a flip-flop game.
Well, if that's the case, Rams win in a blowout. The only thing they could do to help us Seahawks fans out, and shout out to West Coast, the only thing they could do to help us out is if they injure Stafford. That'd be great. But,
Oh, Lord.
Woo!
Send some blitzes in on Stafford, please.
Yeah, I got the Rams.
I think Todd just filled the face for the Hawks.
No, I just want the Rams out. I just want the Rams out.
Yeah.
You can't do that, man.
Yeah.
Give me the Rams, but knowing what happens in the Niners-Seahawks game on Saturday, I could see McVay starting the starters in the first half, ballooning a lead, cutting them, and Cardinals come back and win. It could happen. But give me the Rams. Again, it's week 18. Shit gets crazy the last week of the season.
True.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
That is true.
17.
All right, now you got another game, just like Denver's got a ball out for that 1 seed. Patriots got to do the same thing there to keep their hopes alive. 26 degrees, $97 is the lowest ticket there in Foxborough. 10.5-point favor of the Patriots. Quentin Ewer gets to start again for the Dolphins. Dolphins are 7-9. They're trying to finish the season strong for Mr. Loafers there. But I got the Patriots. They're gonna take care of home.
Yeah, I got the Patriots easily.
Stephon Diggs makes a big difference. Yeah, right. No, give me the Patriots. They'll win with him. They'll win without him. They'll be fine.
Yeah, give me the Patties, 27-19.
And Randy, what was your Rams-Cardinals score?
Rams Cardinals 24-17.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next game: Eagles and Commanders, or versus Commies, whatever. Eagles need the win, so I think they're gonna get it, dude. Should be an easy
They
win.
don't need the win. Yeah, they for better seating. Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Again, the best that they could do is they could bump up to the 2 seed if the Bears lose and they win. Both teams win. It stays as it is. Bears 2, Eagles 3. Even if the Eagles lose, and whatever the Bears do, Eagles, bare minimum, get the 3 seed. But again, seen stranger things. It could be competitive, but I think the Eagles still winning at the end of the day.
Speaking of Stranger Things, great show.
Except those last couple scenes. We'll talk about that.
Oh, here we go, Doc.
Yeah, give me the Eagles 26-15.
He's like,
I knew it. Doc.
the world is ending. Hey, I'm gay. Now West Coast. Now, thank you, sir. I do got Darnold beating the crap out of them Niners. Peacock game of the week, and we have no more Monday nighters. So this is the finale to the regular season, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be the Ravens at Pittsburgh, battle for the division. Tickets going.
Ooh, it's going to be a great one.
Baltimore is a 3.5-point favorites. No DK, no freaking Jackson. It looks like at this point, or at least he's 50.
I had your Jay Glazer report again. 50-50 shot on Lamar Jackson. Probably Tyler Huntley starting. TJ Watt, who's been out for the last couple of weeks after sort of core surgery. Long shot, probably not going to play. So take that for what it is.
Well, that being said, I think Three Strange has he's got that strangest thing feeling.
Yeah, he got that feeling.
His hairs are popping up. He's right. I'm picking the Ravens on the road, baby. I think they take out the Steelers.
Yeah, Strange. I don't know, man. The Steelers had an opportunity to win that division a long time ago. And for them to be this close at the end, they don't want it. Give me the Ravens.
There you go.
I say they win. I say they win 20-10.
20-10. Okay, that's two.
Mm-hmm.
Last time these two teams played back at the first Sunday of December, it was a 27-22 win for Pittsburgh. In Baltimore, Aaron Rodgers, 284 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry, good game, 25 carries, 94 yards. And Lamar had a decent game, but no Lamar. No problem for the Ravens. Ravens in the postseason.
Oh, that's 3. Oh, Hoppy says Rodgers wins. He takes LSD.
Why is this game Sunday Night Football?
Why aren't the Seahawks
Randy?
the Niners?
What?
Randy,
What?
you're the one. You're the one, Randy. Who you got? He's an island boy.
Is he joining Three Strange? Because he says he's an island
Yeah, he's
boy.
an island boy.
Oh, I'm an island boy. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm just trying to be. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm the only one that picked the team.
There.
Randy.
And I don't even feel comfortable with this pick, but give me the Steelers 25-21.
It's that Aaron Rodgers.
God
I
damn
see
it.
that.
That was a good show, but a long show, but we needed to cover a lot because there was a lot to get to.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, fellas, I will say this is my final go around on here as we covered it all from start to finish. It's been a pleasure doing the regular season with you fellas, and I'm looking forward to the season. No matter who goes where, it's going to be fun. It's going to be knock them out, drag them out all the way through the Super Bowl. So we appreciate every last one of you that has been along for the ride. All the new fans, like and subscribe, shout us out. We got some more content to go. Just because the regular season's over doesn't mean we're over. We still got to recap next week, and we got to start talking wild card. So we'll have a lot to talk about. So for myself, I want to say thank you very much for being along for us and those that watch not on the live, because we do get a lot of people that watch after. So we appreciate you as well. So move on to Matty there and the rest of the panel for your final thoughts on the regular season.
Just want to say thank you guys for hanging in there all 18 weeks from the beginning to the end. We're still not done yet. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, 100%. You know, the fans make this show possible. Todd, Matty, Randy, y'all make this show possible as well. It's a great panel up here. We have a good show and have a great time. It's playoffs, baby. Final game of the regular season. Some are half are going home to Cancun, and the others, there's work to be done. And as I always say, bang, bang, Dub City, folks.
I just got one thing to say. I love all of you.
You goddamn motherfuckers.
And we'll see y'all next week.